Oh, I believe we're live. Hello, everyone.
Oh.
It's us, the Lorecrimes people. And today, Hal can't be with us today. He's busy doing some kind of outside of the internet stuff that's kind of, he's got something to do outside of YouTube. Disgusting. So we thought we'd take this opportunity because I don't know how much Halo Hal has played, but I know we've all played some Halo. We all like a bit of Halo. And yes, we have seen your comment saying, let Colin do Halo lore in every video we've published since Colin mentioned it in one of his videos, specifically saying, go to the Lorecrimes channel and put it in the comments. Thanks, Colin.
I did not
cool.
think they would all know in such numbers. I did not expect that response. I thought it would be one or two. That's my bad. But also, thank you, everyone.
Truly loyal.
So today we've got a few Halo-themed tier lists, and to start things off, we'll go for a nice, not so much short and sweet, but I think this will be a good one for discussion. We've got the Halo games, and this includes some obscure and weird ones.
Spartan Strike.
Wow. Can I make a suggestion to change like two of the tiers?
Yeah.
The second one from the garbage. Can we switch that to haven't played?
Yes,
I like that because there's a few I haven't played.
Yeah, and then can we switch this game shouldn't exist to just make it Halo 5. Just fucking make it Halo 5, all right? Just change the name of that tier list to Halo 5.
Yeah. Absolute garbage. In fact, we'll just put Halo 5. Let's start this off with a bit of vitriol. Why is Halo 5 so bad?
Because the campaign is an abortion of gaming, and I hate it. It's garbage. It's awful. It destroys. It just sucks. I hate the Warden Eternal boss fight. Was cool the first time, and then they did it 5 million more times.
They're like, let's stretch this out. Why not? I'm sure this won't get annoying.
No, there's more. They reworked some of the weapons from 4 to be worse. The multiplayer could have been a saving grace, except Warzone, the big fun, not quite battle royale, but the big like open map with that even had NPC enemies. Oh, you had to pay money for a Scorpion. Loot boxes locked everything that wasn't a basic weapon. That's awesome. That's cool.
Sad.
Fucking hate it. The multiplayer in mechanics was good, but everything on top of those mechanics was not good. Was shit.
I remember being like, because I got the Halo games on launch, so I got the first game just a bit after my birthday, whatever year it came out, and I remember going through it as gaming was evolving and graphics were getting better and mechanics and stuff, and then I got to Halo 4 and I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, well, let's see where they're going, and then 5 came out, and then a part of my soul died, and I've never recovered since. Eli, have you ever played Halo 5?
Nope.
Good.
Don't. This is good.
Don't do it. Good. It's bad.
Smash or pass Covenant's win.
Oh dear. Shall we go through the rest?
No, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I'm going to cut that one short.
Let's go through chronologically. So, Halo Combat Evolved. I would say, personally, I think Halo Combat Evolved is amazing. I love it.
I played like 75% of it. I didn't end up getting to finish it, not gonna lie. But before I did that, I read the books, and it's one for one, and I like the book. So
the Combat Evolved novel adaptation was amazing. You got to see what everyone else was doing that wasn't the Master Chief.
Yeah, It was very cool.
Oh, here's Hal in the chat. I'm in Switzerland. Good for you.
Look at this
guy. Oh dear.
When you could be on Lorecrimes.
I know, it's disgusting.
Very interesting.
Curious.
Yeah. I mean, all I say is like Halo Combat Evolved. It was the template for all Halos to follow. It completely reinvented the FPS genre as we know it. It had amazing campaign levels, brilliant local. Back in the day, where you used to link your Xboxes together with like a lead, and you'd put them on the telly, and you'd have split screen versus. Good times.
It also turned every FPS game in the 2000s with even a slightly higher profile than nothing was hyped as the Halo killer for 10 years straight. None of them ever were the
yeah.
Halo killer. The Halo killer would be Halo, but
Yeah, Halo 5 was the Halo killer, I believe.
Jeez.
every game was like, this is the Halo killer, and then it would be worse than Halo without fault, including Fire Warrior that was hyped
Oh
up
yeah.
only
Yeah.
because it was
really.
it was what, Eli?
I'm just surprised that was on that list of.
They
I've seen
hyped it up,
gameplay.
like, where they're like, like the marketing was like, it's fucking better than Halo. And then
I'm curious now. I'm gonna
and
search.
then it wasn't.
Oh yes.
That it's an epic
Mandalore
book
Gaming made a banger video about it. It's quiet.
Oh, I've just googled Halo killers. There's like Haze for the PS3. I remember
Who
that
remembers
game.
Haze? I don't.
It's
I'm too young for this.
Korn did the theme song, and it was like a guy with a yellow helmet, and he did like drugs called Nectar, I think it was. And then you're like, I'm part of the Nectar Warriors, and then you kill everyone, and then halfway through the game, you're like, I think we're the bad guys, and you turn against Killzone, a really mid FPS. I know there's a lot of people who are like, I'm a PlayStation guy, I love Killzone's pretty mid. I've never liked Killzone. I've tried all the Killzones, and they're all a bit meh.
What are the bad guys? Their armor goes hard, but it's about all I know about Killzone.
It's like, what if like the Nazis in space, basically?
I don't know, something like that. All I know about the overarching plot is that apparently everyone in Killzone just kind of sucks.
Yeah, like the enemy faction grew up on like a radiated planet, so they hate everyone, and that's kind of their thing. You're like, I get you're a bit annoyed about that, but now you've literally just become evil, fascist, super soldier men. I have no sympathy for your radiation plight. This is like the Necrons all over again. I'm not buying it.
I don't feel that bad.
Yeah. Oh, right. What a shame. Anyway,
I think the only thing keeping CE out of Godly is the library.
Oh, I love the library. It's great.
What is wrong with you?
It's like a proper good level. Because
it's
gray walls.
It's like
wonderful.
What if? Dude, well, it's like, hey, we're gonna throw everything at you at once, and you get all the weapons practically in the game, and it's all about some of the sections. It's about trying to like rush past other ones. It's you have to exterminate everything, and yeah, I really like the library. I'm maybe just because I played Halo 1 so many times, I'm used to it.
I'm just saying, I don't like turning a corner and there's 3 combat forms with rocket launchers. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I don't know. That's the Halo experience.
Rocket flood my beloved. Kitty Vaughn. Yeah. They get it. It's
a pin right there. That's a pin from me. Okay, well, before this becomes a rant about the library, Halo 2.
I'm gonna say something controversial, and I think it should only be great.
Sheesh.
Great.
I don't know. Halo 2 multiplayer, I don't like. I do not like however the networking works. I feel like my bullets that just do not work, which I know is now a skill issue. I didn't even have time to say it, and I saw the chat skill issue. I do not like the net coding or whatever they did for Halo 2's multiplayer, because the SMG feels like I see the little fucking shield blinking when I'm shooting them, and then it just doesn't look like their shield's going down, and a whole clip goes in. I'm like, man, I sure am glad I loaded this multiplayer matchup. It just feels a bit too dated, the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Campaign also ended on one of the most atrocious cliffhangers in gaming history.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
As someone who just played the campaign like a few months ago, and now I have access to Halo 3 whenever I desire, it felt pretty godly. But I assume people were very frustrated back in the day.
In the day that obviously now, there's several more Halo games out since then. It doesn't matter as much. Well, all right. But like it's good. I think it's great. But between the cliffhanger ending, I just don't like the multiplayer compared to the other ones, even CE. Right. And the Boulevard of Jackal Snipers on Legendary is the best way to make you want to say like just very bad words about the Covenant.
Yeah, like the aimbot Sniper Jackals is one-hit kill.
Somebody says based Hal as usual. Okay, he fixed it. Never mind.
Although I would say, like, here's a question: what are your opinions on dual wielding?
Oh, I mean, that's great.
I thought it was neat. It was cool.
I'm saying, like, I'll fully admit the reason I don't think it's amazing or godly is entirely the multiplayer and the ending. Right. And a little bit of the Jackal snipers, but that kind of loops back around to being funny.
That's somewhat mitigated by Sergeant Johnson being a badass.
That's true.
That bit where when you take the sniper rifle off him on like the new Mombasa level, he's just like, I thought we were friends. And you're like, oh.
I do think Halo 2 has the best lines. The best voice lines in all of Halo.
I do think solely for
Dear humanity, like, we regret being alien bastards.
And the remaster of it was fucking incredible. Is that another one though? Is that separate down below? Like, do the remasters have their own box?
Not that I can see. So. No.
All right. Well, all right. I think I've talked myself into making it amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. There were some of the levels in the campaign that I didn't really enjoy. Yeah. Like there's a lot of like tower defense levels when you were playing as the Arbiter, and that was not very fun. But everything else was awesome.
I did not find the brutes very fun to fight either.
I mean, they're quite easy compared to the elites as well, because they have the tiny little helmets. We just go, pap, pap, oh, he's dead. Pap, pap, oh, he's dead. And like, Halo is a headshot shooter. It's like, if you can get the hang of shooting them in the head, it's like, the elites are pretty much the only threat that's annoying because of the shields. But the other thing about Halo 2 is it has the boss fights, and they're pretty mid.
They were pretty goofy.
Fights?
Punching
the Tartarus,
the Prophet of Truth or whatever,
where you can just put the Banshee in.
That was pretty fun.
And then you punch to death the Prophet of
I totally forgot about Prophet of Truth.
And then there's the elite who goes like into multiple forms and stuff.
Oh man,
a super soldier in the prime of his life and career beats the shit out of an elderly old man
in a floating chair.
Oh, some of the missions in that game are like the best in any game I've ever played, though. They're super cool.
But, I do like the bit as well when you also like drop in with the ODST and it's like, can we possibly make any more noise? And you pull out the rocket launcher like, all right, this is brilliant. This is the best thing ever. And especially it's like, 16-year-old me like, this is the peak of my life right
now. That's fair. I've talked myself into amazing. I on a personal list, I would probably still put it great, but for the Lorecrimes, I'm not against it making
compromise. Well,
it should stay behind CE though.
What about Halo 3?
I played half of it when I was a little kid, and I have unfortunately, I must confess, not played it again. I'm gonna play it after ODST whenever I end up playing that. Also.
Godly.
Colin, you said godly. Could you explain why godly? Why godly?
I just feel like it's got the best of just about almost everything in the series. It is dual wielding, still from Halo 2.
Though not with the Needler, because that's too overpowered.
Not with the Needler. Oh, yeah, that's a bit much. They did make the Needler a bit stronger, though, to compensate when we're dual wielding. So that's good. It's got the equipment, bubble shield, my beloved. The trip mine. Trip mine wasn't always super useful, but it was funny in multiplayer whenever you pulled it off and some idiot walked on top of it. The gameplay just flowed so well for me. I loved it. I will admit there is a lot of nostalgia here. It was my first Halo game. But the Flood are properly terrifying, especially because now they can infect people that are still alive. So you can see Marines just freaking out as they join the Flood. That was great. You get to team up with the elites, not just play as the Arbiter. You team up with the elites. That's pretty cool. If you shoot one of them, they ask, was this because of reach? Which is really funny. And also kind of fucking dark.
I must admit, I really don't like the campaign compared to the others. Which is a hot take. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Playing Halo 3, I remember the first few levels, they're all in broken earth. So the environments are really boring. Like the bit where you're on the beach and the mongooses shooting the scarab, and it's just like, it's just like a beach. And then there's the bit where you're driving around the warthog, and it's just like, it's just like a highway. And there's
Savo Highway was awesome. That level was awesome. You would find the wraiths, you would find the brutes on the choppers and everything.
The combat's fine. It's just I just found the environments are a bit dull in comparison to some of the stuff in the earlier games. Like again, like the first game where you have that big, outstretching Halo ring environments, and then you get the snowy area, and then you get like the the library's a bit dull, but like you get like the Forerunner technology stuff. Whereas like 3 is just a bit like, I really like the return to the Halo CE level where it's in the snowy like final bit where you're going up to the control room with Johnson and everything. That's brilliant. But like other than that, even that bit where when you're in the jungle at the beginning and it's just like, it's just like a jungle.
I feel like we're looking at the same thing and getting complete different reactions out of it.
And then you're in an underground base and you're like, it's an underground base.
Yeah, that's cool because you're never in UNSC facilities otherwise.
Yeah, but 2, you're in the Mac cannon thing with the big elevators, cool. and you got the nice vistas outside with the planets, and you see them getting blown up, and you're like, this is cool. And then 3, I don't know, there's something about 3 where I play the campaign, I'm like, I like the mechanics and everything, but the environments are so bloody dull. I don't know what it is.
There's so many cool moments you remember, like you get to return to High Charity and see it all flood infested. I like that bit in the Crow's Nest level where it's like you see the Marine, he's got blindfolds on, he can't even see anything, but when he hears the Master Chiefs around, he's like, holy shit, we won, we're good, fellas, this is it, we don't need to worry, Chief's here. It's the only Halo game I think where in multiplayer you get like different skins,
and they're free.
We've got
by the way,
donation.
You want to say who it is?
Sure. Eli? Thank you, Lilaus Rio, don't know if I said your name wrong, for the $28. Is that Australia? Maybe. I'm not sure. Morning, lads. Some of my best gaming moments happened in Halo. The multiplayer was so good for its time. I got a 51 kill streak and captured the flag in Halo 3. I peaked then, and it's been all downhill since then. Jeez, well, thank you for the monies, my friend. I have not gotten a 51 kill streak. That's quite the achievement.
Speaking of Halo 3, you know something that really peeved me? You know, there's that medal you can get. I think it's called Perfection, where you get. Is it 25 kills and no deaths? Something like that.
I don't know what it is in 3.
I think that's what it is in 3. But I remember I accomplished that feat in SWAT. But if you do it in SWAT, it doesn't count, so you don't get the medal. And I remember finishing the match, and I got something like 27 kills and no deaths.
15 kills and without die. At least 15 and don't die.
Oh, yeah, something like that. And I was like, I should get the medal, and I didn't. And I was
that
like,
happened to me in Reach with snipers, and I was so fucking angry.
Yeah.
Especially because I was like 13. This was my prime, nothing but Halo gaming all day days. And it's like, I didn't get this medal was worth more to me than most of my friends, and I didn't get it.
And the thing, I think it was because it was like a capture the flag map, and because maybe the score was based on flags, not on kills, that's why it didn't work or something. And I was so pissed off because I was like, I did so well, and it's on that one with the targets. What's that one where it's like loads of crates and it's like yellowy and. I know the grav lifts either side. I can't remember what it's called, that map, and I was just there with like my mates just being like doing the whole duck shooting like this, so your head's bobbing up and down so they can't quite hit you. Glorious.
Just saying, you finish the fight. Cool Arbiter voice lines. Words so easy. That goes so hard. Good to see. Just everyone's at their coolest. Ridis Fadad, dude, he glasses half of Africa and doesn't feel bad. Very.
Seeing the Arbiter kill the Prophet with his energy sword is cool. And then the Flood going, hey, I'm going to betray you. But you didn't see that coming. He's like, kind of did.
We did.
And Keith David is a national treasure, so he was brilliant as the Arbiter.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker. And multiplayer was peak.
The first proper Xbox Live game. First time I played an online FPS.
Mine was actually COD 2. No, my first multiplayer game was a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen adaptation.
Nice.
Best Michael Bay Transformers movie. It was so bad. But it had a cool fight.
Oh, and can we also just mention that the trailers were amazing, like the one with the miniature, or the models.
Oh yeah,
was that like the what's it? The Believe trailer, was it? With the piano in the background?
I've watched that,
or like
dude.
Remember Hope or something like that.
The Believe, the Believe series that like gets me in the feels, and I didn't even live. I wasn't even sentient, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean, imagine how I felt like seeing it on television, being like,
sometimes I wish I was born 5 years earlier so I could live through the gaming renaissance era.
Honestly, it was beautiful. I love like that. I remember still the time where I was visiting family, and it was my aunt and my mum and my cousins seeing the Xbox trailer, the Xbox system advertisement, where it's the woman giving birth and she shoots the kid, and it flies out the window, and as he's rocketing across the sky, he ages rapidly, screaming. Then he crashes into his tombstone, and then it just says, "Life is short. Buy an Xbox." Like, that was brilliant. And they're like, "That's disgusting."
The advertisements were awesome too.
They had to take that off the television because it was just like, "Nah, we can't." But I remember like, this is brilliant. This is a great time to be alive.
I've seen the wacky PlayStation ads as well.
Oh yeah, with the weeping baby
Those
and
get
stuff.
freaky.
So yeah, all in all, Godly is befitting of Halo 3, even though I have some issues with it. But yeah, Halo ODST. Oh, I love this.
I feel like I'm gonna repeat myself and just say Godly. I mean,
yeah, I love Halo ODST.
The saxophone, just like me, for real.
I listen to that while I play Endless Space 2.
Soundtrack's amazing. I like the characters. I will admit, a book that will go unnamed soured me a little bit on Mickey.
Oh yeah.
But aside from that character assassination, it was great. It was cool not being a Spartan. You got to go through the ruins of a New Mombasa, and like, damn, this is what it's like when you're not the Master Chief. It really sucks to live in this universe or be anyone that's not a Spartan.
Makes sense.
Sucks to be a Spartan.
Yeah, and it's fun fact. I think all the cast of the main characters in it are all from the Firefly series, which is quite cool.
Oh shit!
So yeah, so like,
very cool.
Is it Dutch? He's so you got obviously Nathan Fillion is Dutch, and you got Butch is the guy who played Jane. I can't remember his name, and I think Alan Tudyk is possibly Mickey. Like, yeah, all those guys are from the Firefly series because they were massive fans of the show. But yeah, the atmosphere, like Firefight. Oh, I enjoyed Firefight. That was a great. Was it Firefight? The Horde mode that was in the game?
Oh yeah, that was the first game with a firefight.
Yeah, it
was fun. Reach definitely made it a lot better, but it was good groundwork.
Also, the trailers were peak. I love that one with the is it the Welsh vocals, and it's just I think it's again Dutch or Butch. He's just like it's that thing where he just drops in. It's live action. He's fighting the brutes. And then they're just like, he crash lands and then he shoots and gets smacked down. He shoots a pistol and it blows up a thing and it kills them. And then they've got like the broken helmet on the gun and they're stood around the campfire.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that trailer is also chef's kiss. I think, is it also this like the Halo 3 onwards, they had a tendency to do live action trailers. They were just perfect.
Got another donation. You gotta call him.
Sure. Geek Freak. Thank you for the $10, Geek Freak. Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. We most definitely regret that the Corps just blew up a raggedy-ass fleet.
Hoorah.
Johnson makes me patriotic to be human.
Real. So real. I want to kill Covenant scum.
If Sergeant Johnson has one fan, I'm one of them. No fans, I'm dead.
That's right. Have you ever seen the lore accurate Sergeant Johnson videos and it's him just swearing?
I've not. I've seen him... I've seen lore accurate Master Chief where someone flies at Moncton out of a banshee. Those are always fun. Johnson's a Spartan, fun fact.
He's like the proto
Spartan 1, yeah.
Really?
What are they called? They're called
they were Project Orion is what it was
Orion,
first called, but they retroactively named it the Spartan 1 project.
Because wasn't it like they were like, we want to make Spartans, so they took actual adults.
They took soldiers for like volunteers too. They didn't kidnap anyone this
children.
Time yeah. And then it was like these are good soldiers, but we need great soldiers. This isn't enough. Also, some of their DNA melted all the time.
But it also is like a convenient way to be like, oh, that's why he can survive the first Halo game, and he's also a badass because he's actually like
a mini
got
Spartan.
some secret DNA tampering to make him even more badass. And like, oh, it's fine. He can smoke as many cigars as he wants.
Was it always like that?
It was. I mean, obviously, I don't know about CE, but I think at least as long as I remembered Halo, like that's been.
I think it was a case of like they brought him back for 2 and they must have thought, oh,
we gotta explain this.
We got to explain sure he's got loads of charisma and he's a badass, but we need another reason why he can survive.
I like the first reasons. I just thought he's an epic human and he just wins all the time. I like that.
He was it was like that at least no later than like I think honestly before Reach. Like that's not new. But yeah, ODST godly.
Yeah.
Especially the you find the friendly engineer. I will admit I failed to I think ever get that achievement for my bad.
It's okay.
I failed to ever get that achievement where you didn't kill any engineers because the reticle was red, which means they were dead.
Oh, poor guys. I
don't make the rules.
I remember doing my first playthrough and I was blowing them up, and then I was just like, "Oh no, it's a friendly one." And so then I did that. Just out of guilt, I had to do another playthrough. Like, sorry guys. But that's the thing. I completely forgot they existed until you just brought them up again. It's like, oh yeah, engineers. I remember that.
It's because they were just kind of slaves.
Yeah, wasn't great. It was like, oh, Covenant have got loads of species, including these weird gooby squid people. What's next on this list? Halo.
I think Halo Wars would actually be next.
Oh, is it Halo Wars next?
Halo Wars came out before Reach.
I haven't played it for years, but I liked it when I did. And the cutscenes are really cool.
Oh yeah.
I would say amazing or great, depending on how you guys feel about it. There are some things that let it down. Some things are not very well balanced. Flamethrowers on the UNSC side completely melt. That is assuming they get within the prerequisite 6 inches of the enemy unit to melt them. Which if your opponent has any number of jackals, they will not. And will get shot before they can be useful. So, yeah. There's some balancing issues, but it's very fun. It's a very good RTS game.
I mean, you know more than me.
Sunshine. Burning Sunshine, that cutscene, 3 Spartans murdering Honor Guard, that was the coolest thing ever. Yep. Sergeant Forge was awesome. Andrews was awesome. Captain Cutter's awesome.
Yep.
You got to see an Arbiter that wasn't the Halo 2, that wasn't Thel. Very cool.
Oh, we got a $5 donation from Nick Swanson saying, okay, Halo 2 is just way better than ODST. This is some biased tier list.
I haven't played ODST.
I disagree.
So
I disagree.
I disagree as well. I disagree. Halo ODST is fantastic.
Go throw on the piano. Go throw on the piano and the saxophone, and you will change your tune. I will say Halo 2 did have Breaking Benjamin, though, and that was peak 2000s.
That's
also had
awesome.
Steve Vai
on 2000s energy.
Okay,
Halo also had Steve Vai on
the
ending theme. I remember when I finished Halo 2 the first time, and then it had the Gregorian chant, and then I just heard that. I was like, what is that? And then I was like, wait, is that Steve Vai on guitar? Is that Steve? Oh my god, it's Steve Vai.
It's so awesome.
Look, I'll explain myself again. I think Halo 2 multiplayer is not good. I don't like it.
I didn't play the multiplayer because I'm bad at shooting games.
They remade
the campaign.
they made it, obviously Master Chief Collection. You can play it again. Problem is, I think they have the same it's running on the same fucking Xbox One original servers as it was from all the way back then. I hate it. I don't like Halo 2 multiplayer.
Yeah,
fair.
and again, certain weapon combinations like dual needlers just made it really unbalanced and annoying as hell. But yeah, Halo Wars, I absolutely adore Halo Wars. I wouldn't say it's as good as the either 1 or 2, just because it's like the 2 most important shooters, arguably of all time, but definitely of like the last few decades. I know Half-Life fans are going to be like, "Excuse me," like, oh, shut up. But yeah, I absolutely love the cutscenes, which is by, I think it's by the same studio that did the recent Pariah Nexus cinematics. Is it Blink Studios, I think?
That sounds right.
Blink Studio. I think it's Blink Studios, where they did all the cinematics, and they look absolutely gorgeous, and everything they ever do looks gorgeous. I love the characters, and again, like you said, what were the names of the 3 Spartans you had?
Oh god, I can't believe I'm forgetting this.
Yeah. I was like, Alice. I'm like, no, Alice is...
It was Red Team. I think one of them was Alice.
Was it Alice? Or am I confusing?
Yeah, one of them was definitely Alice. Yeah, it was Alice, Jerome, and Douglas.
Yes. And Doug gets hurt in Halo 2, and it made me sad. And like, no, don't hurt Dougie.
Jerome also, in a comic, beats a flood form over the head with a folding chair.
Nice.
Yeah. But,
or no, Jerome.
Yeah, like, just like the bit where they're, I think it's possibly Douglas does that whole like when they're fighting them the elite honor guard on the bridge and he like flips over them with the Uzi, the machine pistols goes just absolutely brilliant characters. And Forge is also badass in how he's just like, hey, I'm gonna trick this elite and shank him in the neck because that's what I do.
Captain Firespitter donated 10 pounds, I think that is. Thank you, sir. Halo Wars upgraded Grunt Swarm, enough said, and gave rise to Yap Yap the Destroyer. Plus, Flood Swarms were quite fun, too.
I think that's my biggest problem with Halo Wars is that you couldn't play the Flood. Would have been so cool, but you can't.
That sounds cool.
But I suppose the trick for you would be like, what's your commander going to be? Like, it's Hive Mind, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could have made some stuff up for it. Like, I mean, the Tyranids are a hive mind too, but you can play the Swarm Lord.
I guess so. But yeah, it was a nice change of pace because I think especially when it came out, I remember a lot of people being like, "Oh, they're trying to do an RTS. This will be shit." And then I was like, "Oh, actually, it's quite good.
It's pretty damn good.
How did they do that? That's illegal. You can't do that. You make FPSs." Although I think it was a different studio who made it. I think.
I found the pic of Jerome beating a flood form over the head and put it in general.
Nice.
It's very, very funny.
That's awesome.
But before I'll see if I can open that so that everyone can see it. But what's the next one after that then? So we got.
I think that would then be Reach.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm once again. This is my favorite Halo game. This would be top of God tier for me.
Same
Crimson Glory.
It was my. Thank you, Crimson Glory. Welcome back.
Thank you for the 1999.
Nice.
Bless.
My first sci-fi love before 40K. Good man.
Nice.
Same here. Also, as Dr. Halsey, the Halo universe of Call, they both kidnap children and turn them into super soldiers.
I guess so. It checks out.
I'm gonna say no because Dr. Catherine Halsey sucks.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Reach was my first Halo game that I really played through as a kid, and the characters are very iconic. I think everyone has their favorite character, and Cat getting shot in the head is a funny meme now. So I mean,
she did not get a good death. She did not get a good death. Fucking all rip George though.
Every death in that game was glorious except for Cat's.
Let me just share that picture you've sent me, so I can find it.
I'm also Halo Reach had the best multiplayer too. I'm gonna say it.
I did. Yeah, that was also one that I played a lot.
The maps were great. Forge World was 5 maps in one.
The chair.
There he is.
I have to share the chair before we continue.
Clear. What's wrong, Serena?
And then the last mission of Reach is iconic. You can't go wrong with it. It's awesome, and you feel so alone and so sad in that game. For half of it, once your entire team just dies.
Yeah,
and it doesn't ape what ODST did as well, where it's just like, oh, you're underpowered and you're lonely because you haven't got any friends. It's like, no, you are the power fantasy, but even the power fantasy has limits when you're not a named character, and especially that bit where you see all the other. Limits. Yeah, well, it's true. But even that bit where you see all the like dead Spartans around this, and am I right in thinking that there was a thing where they actually used other players' Spartans as the characters you saw in like ones you'd play if you played it? I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think
they
feel
might
like
have
it was
been
like
the original Reach. I don't know if they brought that back for the MCC, but I do remember reading that for the original one.
Because I'm sure there was a thing where it's like if you interacted with players through multiplayer or just recently added ones to the server, they added them as like the corpses. So it made it feel like, oh, there's actually like dead players in the. Oh, that's creepy. And
who's everyone's? Who's your favorite Noble team member?
I
feel like you told me it was Carter, Andy.
Yeah, I think Carter is like still my go-to because he's especially that way he goes out. It's just like, get the job done, see ya, and he just smashes into the scab. Like,
I've got the mass.
I will do that.
I think I like June the most. I think I like the way
the only one who lives.
He realized he was in a prequel, and he's like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving before I can get killed. I also like when Carter is like, whatever you do, make sure that she doesn't fall into enemy hands. Catherine Halsey, with the not at all subtle implication that if you're captured, put a bullet in her head. Which I kind of wish he did. I kind of wish they got captured.
Sheesh.
This is
I feel like the obvious pick. I feel like the obvious pick everyone would pick is it Jerome? The guy with the big kukri knife? George.
Oh no,
George.
That's
Emil.
Yeah,
that was my pick when I was a little kid. The edgy, quiet skull helmet. Of course,
2000 shooter guy.
Yeah. And he goes out. He's such a badass when he dies too. Gets freaking ran through and then still kills him. Yeah. That's awesome. I think realistically, my favorite one would be George nowadays, but Emil has a special place in my heart.
F for George.
June also was an empty vacuum of space for a bit in one of the books and lived.
Doesn't he die in one of the books though?
I don't think he dies.
I thought there was a thing where I read he's protecting Halsey in a book after Reach, and then he dies protecting her.
I think that might have been Kurt, Spartan 2. Because that does happen.
Oh, is that in Ghosts of Onyx? Because that's a tearjerker. Oh man.
I believe that was.
June is still alive apparently, according to Coolest Run. He's still alive. By the way, everyone, if I'm coughing too much, I'm sorry. I'm still a bit ill.
John McNeil is my favorite. Nick Swanson based. But it's, I don't know, it's cool because it's the only Halo game. It's like, oh, this is what the Covenant War is like if you are not the Master Chief. It sucks. Yeah. We are dropping like flies.
I also like how it's the only game where you get to fight the Covenant when they're not fractured. Like there's brutes, there's elites, there's everything.
Oh,
and they're all in the
whole might. Cool.
Yeah, and every other game, it's like, oh, the brutes are against the elites, and then there's all the newer models they put in, like the buggers. I can't remember what they're actually called, but the ones that the Johnson calls buggers, drones. Oh yeah, the creatively named drones. I prefer buggers. Yeah, and it's just like great themes. That bit where Cat just gets shot out of nowhere made me cry. Oh my god, what the fuck?
It was sad, but also nowadays it's funny because it's been memed.
Yeah.
I can't see that scene anymore without like inserting in my head that Eric Andre will be right back. Like,
especially like when it was first out and you're just playing, you're like, oh, it's getting kind of bleak, but and it was just that moment of like, oh, even the way it's shot where it's all like low angle shots looking up at the sniper on the ship, and then the Spartans as they're shooting back, it's all like on a low angle, so it shows that they're no longer empowered, and they're carrying her body with like the shot with all the flames in the background. You're like, oh no, I know where this is going.
This planet is fucked.
Yeah.
Great tagline from the beginning. You know the end. Peak.
Right. I want to say, which of these comes out next? Is it Spartan Assault?
I think Halo 4, because Spartan
Halo
Assault
4 comes out first.
Is like with the Spartan 4s. I'd put it in good.
Yeah,
honestly, I know a lot of people.
The multiplayer when I was a kid.
Multiplayer was good. I liked you got to see the Forerunners. I know a lot of people hate the retcon of humans not actually being the Forerunners anymore. I personally did not like it that humans were the true Forerunner, like that ancient humanity was the Forerunners. I was never a fan of that. I know that's some Halo people might not like that, but I prefer the Forerunners being their own race.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the score is really good. I like the music. The weapons feel pretty good. Some of the new stuff's interesting, but it's just like, it's. How do you follow up from 5 incredible games with like an amazing trilogy and 2 amazing spin-offs? Like, there was no way they could have done what Bungie did with the series. And it was like, we're going to take it in a new direction. I'm like, okay. And then I got to play it, and I was like,
I like the beginning. They did good. You start on the ship and whatever.
They did fine. Yeah. It was good.
I mean, the biggest gripe I have about 4 is I hate the new armor. I hate the new Mark 6.
Oh, yeah.
Mjolnir armor. Why did they do that? They went nanomachines. Motherfucker, he had no nanomachines on the Pillar of Honor. He had Cortana.
Yeah, he's in like the stasis pod, and then all of a sudden it's just like, "Hey, John, while you woke up, I've done some redecorating." Like, Cortana, what is going on?
What is this fit? It's abysmal.
What is with these weird shoulder pads? I look like I've been kit bashed. What is this?
But no, I thought it was good. I think I liked the ending, honestly, where it's like, hey, look, now it's humanity's time to shine. Covenant War's over. We're on the up and up. It was solid, and then followed up by Halo 5, which was not solid. It was Halo 5.
Oh, here we go. We've got a $20 donation from Trezin.
Thank you.
The Didact looks more like a fish person than the Tau. True. He is bad fish man. And he's a weird antagonist as well. He's like, I'm the general of the Forerunners, and I'm so powerful, blah, blah. And I'm like, bang, bang, you die like all the rest. And he has like, and this, I really don't like the cutscenes in that game as well. Because like, they take so much of they take so much of the freedom the player has out of your hands. Whereas like you have like something like, for example, Halo 3. There are cutscenes where it's like when Guilty Spark turns against you,
Zaps Johnson,
and he zaps Johnson. He briefly like makes Chief kind of lock down, and then because of Johnson, you get to fight him. That could have easily just been a cutscene where you don't actually fight Guilty Spark. Whereas in Halo 4, there was that whole bit where like the Didact picks you up and he flings you around, and it's just like, couldn't this just be like a fight? Couldn't this just be like an actual bit where I fight him the first time, and then I'm like, oh, I'm woefully underpowered, and then you have to go through the whole game to properly fight him again. It's just like, I don't know. And the Didacts, I don't know. There's something about the Forerunner like enemies in that game as well. It's not as satisfying to fight mechanical, emotionless enemies compared to the goofy grunts running around going, the demon, and screaming.
I get it, but I don't know. Also, I did like that a Forerunner shows up and all the Covenant are like, hello, God, how are you doing? We thought you were all gone. A God is here. Never mind. We're with you.
We got another £10 donation from Captain Firespitter. F to Forge World. Never forget the best custom maps. I peaked in Reach with my best memories there. 1 versus 5, my friends, one time, and nearly won in terms of scoring points. Good times. Yep.
Hell nice. Yeah.
Good days. Good days racing in the Warthogs down the big freaking jumps and crazy stuff.
Hell yeah. Speed Halo was awesome. Going so fast you would clip into the level. like the fucking Flash.
Yeah. I mean, Halo 4 is fine. Is it then Spartan Assault came out?
I believe so.
Is that the mobile game?
It's also on Xbox One. They like ported it. It's pretty meh, in my opinion.
It is a twin stick shooter. It's there. It doesn't inspire anything in me.
Moving on.
That was it. It was the first Halo game I ever went like, I don't care enough to finish this.
By the way, do we know what this is?
There's an arcade Halo game.
I've played that in real life.
You've played it. How is it? Because I've never played it.
It's a arcade shooter game. It's it's in the movie theater in Calgary, I think. At least it was at one point. And
is it any good?
Just for the setup, it's pretty great. I don't remember how great it was,
4?
But no, like it's arcade gameplay. Like if you've ever seen the games with like the 2 guns that you can play with your friends and you shoot the guys, and like it's very basic, but it's still it's fun. It's an arcade
put it
game.
in good.
Yeah. I'm happy to put it in good. There's also this weird one, Halo for the Atari.
I didn't know Halo had an Atari game until I saw this tier list.
Someone made an Atari port where it's like you play as a little stick figure Master Chief and you shoot little pixelated blobs at enemies.
This looks
kind of looks like the original ET for the Atari.
I see that.
But I haven't played it.
If it looks like ET for the Atari, that's a very bad sign. That thing crashed the gaming industry.
Yeah. So I'm content with putting it in. I haven't played because I doubt any of us have played it.
I like the cover art. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It does. Well, that's because they took the cover art from the Halo Legends
anime.
Which is pretty decent. The animation, although a bit disjointed.
Yeah, but it was pretty awesome, especially as a kid.
Yeah.
Spartan 1337. He was a real one.
So is it Halo Master Chief Collection next?
It's either that or Spartan Strike, and I've never played Spartan Strike.
Should we just put Spartan? Because I haven't played it either. Should we just put that there?
Yeah. I mean, if we did play it, it'd probably go right next to Spartan Assault. It sure is a twin stick shooter.
Master Chief Collection.
Meh.
Sure, that must be
better than Spartan
all the games,
Assault,
right?
surely.
It's all the games, but for so long the matchmaking just didn't work.
I'm just gonna get rid of bad. It's frustrating because I remember when I actually bought it, I just played the campaign for a while, and then I heard about all the multiplayer problems, and so I thought, I'll give this a while.
I see.
And then a year later, it still wasn't fixed properly. I was like, oh, that's a shame.
It did give us Halo 2 remastered though, and Combat Evolved remastered, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that must put it in the good at least.
If we want to bump it up to good, then yeah. But
maybe slightly better than the arcade.
There's also only so much credit I can give it because it's like, yeah, it's a great collection of games because you took all of Bungie's games and put them in it.
Fair.
And Halo 4.
I have the key memory of I don't remember the name of the channel. Do you remember that guy, the kid, the viral video of him like freaking out at Thanksgiving, like flipping the tables over?
Oh yeah.
He had a video of him with like the Master Chief helmet on, with his Master Chief collection. It was like crazy dad throws Xbox into pool type of thing, like those videos.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. It ended up coming out and like showing that his family's actually very happy and it's all like acting. But I'm sure someone around here knows what I'm talking about.
It was a bit of a cheeky thing as well for them to go like, we'll make a collection of all the best Halo games. We'll sneakily put Halo 4 in there. It's like, guys, what did you do that for? And it was like not even that old at this point. It was like, we've already got Halo 4, and when it was the Xbox 360 moving over to Xbox One, you could get it on both. And it was like, guys,
are they going to remaster Halo 3? Is that a thing that's going to happen?
I mean,
don't know.
I mean, it'd be cool, and it'd be a great way for them to get free money because it's Halo 3.
Yeah, but
I mean, plus it's been like 16 years since it came out. That's decent remastering time.
Because was Halo 2 a 10-year anniversary thing?
I believe it was, yeah. Because all the other ones got a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. And then they're like, free. Too much work. Can't remake that because of the amazing multiplayer and everything. We'll have to like work on that. We can't just like make the graphics better. Yeah.
Make Juggernaut. It's that. Yeah, that's who it is. Holy crap. Deep cut.
I think it was Halo Wars 2 then, which I'll admit I haven't played. Everyone has told me it's Halo Wars 1 but better, but I haven't played it.
It's pretty good. But honestly, I don't like it as much as 1. Mainly because I am pedantic and the final boss is a pain in the ass because it's invincible. And it's like you damage it and then it retreats. And then it keeps coming back and you can't fully destroy it. And I thought it had just ruined my experience. I was like, I love this game. And then that happened. And I was like, I want to die. And then now, whenever anyone tells me about it, I'm like, I don't like this as much as the first one. Nina.
I think the best thing I can say about Halo Wars 2 was a comment I saw somewhere, which that it's the best of the latest like Halo games ever since Bungie stopped, and that's because 343 didn't make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is sad.
And again, the cinematics are beautiful. They have made tweaks and improvements. For some reason, they've replaced some of the voice actors with new people, which I don't like. They replaced Cutter. The adverts were
the advertisings were hilarious.
They were funny.
Cutter and Atriox haggling over a used car.
Exactly, yeah. And the multiplayer's fine, but there's obviously like certain commanders which are way better than others. So yeah, it's fine. But for me, I don't know. Maybe just because I got to play Halo Wars in its prime and the multiplayer, I can't put it past 1 for me. And especially because the last boss sucks and I hate it. It goes into met. Yeah,
boss fights should not be in Halo.
You can still get Halo Wars online games. Yes, at least on the Xbox One because they remastered it, which means they ported it. It's a port.
Yeah.
But you can still play it. Not a lot of online games. You might be waiting in matchmaking for a bit, but you can get into a game if you're patient enough.
That's cool.
There we go. Tom Warren says, I've actually played Halo Wars 2, but I didn't like it. I know my brother preferred the first one. Yeah, see, it's not just me. It's not as good as number one.
I believe you, Andy.
It's fine. Last one, Halo Infinite.
Okay. I might be controversial again. I think this goes top of great.
Okay.
I think I watched Bricky's video on it, and I think he put it best, which is they did all of the hard stuff perfectly. You know, the core mechanics of the game, making the gameplay and gunplay like satisfying. The abilities are cool. Grappling hook, you can never go wrong with your game when you add a grappling hook to it. And then everything on top of that is a complete shit show.
Yeah.
I hate some of the guns in it. I don't even remember the name, but it's that awful fire launcher gun. It's an aerial denial weapon in the single most mobile Halo game they've yet released. So it's completely worthless. What else do they get? The campaign is a great big ball of nothing. Shout out to them introducing the Endless and then doing nothing with them. I think they're called the Endless. I honestly don't remember the name of that like alien squid thing where it's like the Forerunners locked us away. We were a great threat to them. Like, motherfucker.
I forgot they were even in the campaign story. That's how amazing they were.
That's how complete nothing they are.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Halo 5 was horrible. At least it inspired emotion in me. The campaign of Halo Infinite made me go, this sure is a game. I'm playing a video game right now. The online multiplayer is I love battle passes. I love Fortnite for what it's done to gaming. I love the $20 Mark V armor. That's so cool and epic. I love that. It's just it has such a.
That was Crimson Glory says Halo Infinite is the first time I took a hit of copium.
Bro,
and donated
I've
$5. Thank you.
I've been huffing copium for like 3 years now.
You're saying a lot of bad things about this game for it to be great tier.
It's because I think the solid core mechanics of it are so good. I honestly think it had the potential to be the most fun like a Halo game has been in terms of pure mechanics. Everything on top of that core was such a mess. Like the maps, there was like 4 maps per playlist when it first launched.
Yeah,
half of them sucked. I was so angry because one of them I thought like it had a different angle on one of the load-ins. I thought they added sword base to the game. They did not add sword base to the game. They just did this really mean thing where they put a saber fighter in the loading screen in the same like launching position as sword base. It was not sword base. That made me really fucking upset when that happened.
It's the least I've ever played a Halo game, honestly. Like I remember I got it on Game Pass because I had Xbox One at the time. I played the campaign. I got all the achievements of the campaign. I tried the multiplayer. And I got sick of it within a day. I played it for a day and I went, right, I've had enough. And the campaign, is it the Sidewinder pistol? You can get that like special, in the campaign there's like a special variant of each weapon. If you get the Sidewinder pistol variant in the campaign, you can basically play the whole campaign with just this really powerful pistol and just be like, bang, bang, everything's dead.
Geez.
I mean,
just
to be fair, that is just the Halo 1 Magnum.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing is, like, I think I looked it up. It is a bolt gun, the Halo 1 pistol. That thing is a bolt gun.
Yeah. And it was like, I've got all these options, but why would I need any of them when I've got this? It's like, yeah, perfect. Like, oh, I can, and then there was just like a lot. Thing is, the campaign to me felt like someone did a fan mod, and they were like, we'll take a Halo game, and we'll just make like a bunch of objectives you can go on, and we'll just use the assets from the game to make. It's like it didn't feel like a game as much as it felt like, here's some busy work, and we put some spawns in. Ooh.
The open world was cool, but I don't think Halo should be open world. I much prefer Halo, and it's like it is a linear FPS game. There's nothing wrong with being linear, and open world doesn't make it inherently better.
Like the first one, a linear game with the what's the word I'm looking for? Like that pretends to be open world. It's like semi-open world. Like okay,
it's very wide open maps and they're sprawling, but there is a line to follow.
Halo 5 sympathizers.
Bro, what on earth?
No, what are you talking about?
Colin getting rightfully baby mad. I am getting baby mad because I'm puffing copium still about Halo Infinite. I think its core is fantastic.
Matt Graphics says Halo 5 unironically has the best multiplayer. What do you think about
that?
Nah. The weapons in Halo 5 or Halo Infinite are a whole lot of mid. They introduced cool weapons with Halo 4 and 5 and then didn't put them in the game in Halo Infinite. There's a lot of redundancies. There's a lot of issues. The skill-based matchmaking is atrocious to the point where you can it's like 99% accurate determine whether or not you will win a game. So when you load into multiplayer, you are playing fucking Farseer Simulator. It's like, yes, I see the strands of fate. You are going to lose. It doesn't matter how hard you try. Our skill-based matchmaking is so accurate that your efforts basically don't matter. If it has put you on the losing side, which is a problem because that's not how skill-based matchmaking should work. It has problems. It's a bit of an issue. It has monetization issues. I put it in great. I feel like you with the Helldrake, Eli.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean,
the core is so good. I will keep going on about this. The gameplay itself is so fun. It's just everything on top of the core gameplay is a shit sandwich.
Yeah, everything they add to make it more monetizable makes it worse, and that's why it's like, oh, well, we can't make it more fun because we won't make as much money. God,
it's like the chef carted out a 5-star meal, one of the best things you'll ever eat, and then for dessert he ripped ass directly in your face.
We have a donation from Geek Freak for $5. Thank you. He says Halo Infinite campaign allows you to give 6 Marines tracking rocket launchers and drive them around in an SUV open world, murdering everything.
Yeah,
wow,
that's very fun. Like I said, there are a lot of good things about Infinite. All of the hard stuff they did very well. All of the stuff on top they butchered.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Which is why, again, I think it's great. It's not amazing. It's definitely not godly. And if they ever fully fix the game, maybe it could go up.
Let's make sure we save this tier list before we move on.
Is Halo Infinite the cyberpunk of Halo? Kind of.
Is Cyberpunk a good game yet?
I've heard like everyone who's I've heard that tried it again has loved it. Like I don't think I've heard anyone who went back to it be like, no, it's still shit. I'll hold it was good from the beginning, and I did not get many bugs, and I was playing on a last-gen Xbox when I first played it. Honestly, I think it's fine. The only bug I got in Cyberpunk were completely in my favor. It was in the first mission, where this boss comes out of an elevator, and he's probably supposed to be a really hard fight, except he didn't move for me. He just kind of got sat there in the elevator, T-posing. So I just beat him to death. I didn't even have to shoot him. I was like, all right, well,
swinging.
Jackie sounded really afraid, and was just like, oh, all right. I mean, probably would be scary, Jackie. I agree, but
average Elder Scrolls dragon fight.
Halo weapons. Moving on next, we got the weapons. Now there were a lot of tier lists for weapons, but one thing was a lot of them were like, how about we have every weapon and all of its variables in every one of the games? I thought that'll take way too long. So this is just general, there is one version of the battle rifle, there is one version of the pistol. So that's all you get. And I think otherwise it would be a bit too over the top. But let's start things off with I think, possibly one of the worst weapons in the game, the assault rifle.
I don't know if I wouldn't put it in D tier. I would put it in
C
tier.
On the cover arts.
It's on the cover. It's iconic. It's on the cover.
It's the most iconic rubbish weapon ever.
I just think it's mid. There's no weapon. There's very few weapons I would not trade an assault rifle for. But you have the assault rifle. It's like, all right, well, it's solid. It's mid. I'm not happy I have it. I'm not upset that I have it. It's there. I'm going to trade it out immediately, but for the time being, it'll do good enough. I've also figured out that the exact amount of time to fire in Halo 3 multiplayer, the exact amount of length of time you need to shoot to then be able to melee kill a Spartan.
Oh, wow.
So, I played a lot of Halo 3.
As someone who's very bad with an Xbox controller, I did not enjoy unloading 3 clips into my friends to try to get 1 kill, and then still not killing them. But
I mean, I've already said that Halo is a kind of headshot shooter. This is one of the only guns that can't headshot anything because it's not strong enough, and it takes 1 billion years to kill anyone with it. Any other the UNSC weapons are designed to be headshot capable. The BR, the DMR, the sniper rifle. Then you got this thing, and you're like, oh, even the pistol does more damage for this, and you can shoot someone. You can aim at someone's head, and it still takes half a mag to kill them. I hate this gun.
Yeah, but in Reach and Infinite, it got a lot better. In Reach and Infinite, it is a solid weapon.
I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to have 60 rounds for it in the first game. It's like this is funny. This is ridiculous. And then the next one they're like 36. It's like, yeah, come on, 60 rounds, and it's just like it makes this weird noise when you shoot it, and it doesn't sound threatening at all. And you're like, oh, this is wasting my time rather than being a weapon.
I think C tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
Battle rifle S tier.
It must be S tier, right?
A tier.
S tier.
What?
A? Ooh.
It must be
okay,
S
why?
tier. Even noobs like me could use it.
Why?
Because
why?
I think the DMR is S tier, and I think it's better than the battle rifle.
Yeah, I agree, but I think both deserve
I'm bad at the
to
game.
be in S tier.
Bro,
I think both deserve to be in S tier.
I cannot comprehend your skill issue. I don't know what you want from me. Get better with the DMR.
One thing I will say is I think it should be illegal to put the battle rifle in SWAT because that takes all the challenge away. Like the amount of time, it's like you got a 1 in 3 chance of hitting someone in the head. Like you shouldn't. As soon as they went from just the DMRs to having that, I was angry. I was like, don't put it in SWAT. It's my favorite game mode, and it makes it too easy, and I'm cross. And so that's why. I agree.
What do you mean it makes SWAT easier? They're both one shots with the fucking DMR or battle rifle.
Yeah, but the battle rifle shoots free. Yeah, but then it means if you slightly miss, you can just glide over someone's head in a vague direction. You get a 1 in 3 chance of hitting.
True.
Oh, so that is an actual skill issue then.
Yeah, it means you get an easier time playing with a gun that shoots 3 times at once. So it's like, no, you shouldn't have it. Only DMRs.
We have $5 from Crimson Roy. Thank you again, Mr. Crimson. Covenant, Carbine, and Brute Shot S tier. I will die on this hill because I'm sad they haven't brought it back since Halo 3. Sad. Thank you.
Listen. Thank you for the $4.99. But you are cracked out of your mind.
The Covenant Carbine is awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
It's an awesome weapon. It's not S tier. I'm sorry.
The Brute Shot, I just miss every single shot ever. So you know.
What's up next?
Well, next up is the beamy shooty gun.
S tier.
Beam rifle.
Both of the snipers, I think, are S tier.
Sure, I can't hit the broadside of a barn with that thing.
Dude, it's perfect. And as long as you know how to, if you can time your shots well, you can either even if you get a body shot, you get a quick 1-2 because it shoots faster than the sniper rifle. But if you're being steady with it, you never have to reload or overheat.
Yeah, it's a solid gun. It looks weird as hell, but I love it.
I like to use it.
Although I do hate that it is the antithesis of everyone playing Legendary on Halo 2 because of the Jackals. Screw you, beam rifle. But other than that, it's really.
I mean, if
cool.
we'd like to bring it down a tier just for that alone, I can live with it. The amount of anger that thing generated in Halo 2 was enough to fucking powerhouse.
But not as much. That. But not as much anger as I feel whenever I see anyone using a BR in SWAT. So I'll keep it there. Because if you're going to aim for someone's head, you should have 1 bullet or none.
Can you scroll down a bit more for that one? Like
Which one?
That's one of 2 weapons. I can't tell
is it
if that's the Forerunner
thing?
sniper rifle or the Forerunner battle rifle.
Is it the bouncy shot one? Or is that? Dude, I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is the pistol, right? That's the pistol. That's the railgun. That looks like the shotgun.
That's the Forerunner SMG.
Oh, my bad.
Chat,
this is the thing about Forerunner weapons. They are all generic glowy blob guns.
Why don't we skip it and see?
That's the sniper rifle there. That's the sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, that's the sniper.
So this one is the what? That's
the Forerunner battle rifle, which I think should go next to the other battle rifle because it's just a battle rifle with LEDs.
Yeah, what's the point of having the same gun twice?
That's it.
Should it be B tier then if it's just copied?
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's fair.
Put it down a notch.
Put it directly under the battle rifle.
You copied Bungie's homework. We're putting you down a step.
I think it might be a bit stronger, but
this is the pistol?
Forerunner hand pistol. Yeah,
D tier.
D tier.
I don't know, bro.
Rubbish.
You can hold it down, and it fires out a shotgun blast of the pellets that never works. Is a useless.
I think Chad is all saying it's the sniper rifle, not the BR.
Wait, that's the sniper. Where's it gone? That's the sniper rifle.
We have it back.
Oh no! I think that is the sniper rifle. I think that one actually is.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, that's the sniper, and the one with the scope isn't the sniper rifle.
I guess so.
No.
Chat seems to believe it pretty fervently.
All right, well let's put So all right, then where are we going to put the
that one
sniper
in
rifle
S tier? I love that sniper.
Even though it looks
Sure, I
like
don't know enough to
every
argue.
generic Forerunner.
Dude,
that's a testament to how generic the guns look for the Forerunners.
It's a one-shot sniper if you hit, but it only has 1 round in it, so you better hit.
No,
and it also has the worst, like, you know how games, for some horrible reason, decided to give every sniper scope a glint because you are not allowed to have fun with the sniper rifle. Fuck you.
No.
That one has the worst, except it's fitting because it's a one-shot kill. It is just a massive, like, laser beam that goes across the entire map from wherever you're aiming when you scope. It's I love it.
This ancient civilization that conquered the known universe had to design this weapon so that you could see exactly where it was whenever it was used. Makes sense.
Yep.
Chat's not enjoying your decisions.
Brute shot.
B for brute.
Brute shot. It gives you power trip fantasy, and then you miss all your shots, and nothing happens.
Brute shot tricks you. It makes you think this is going to be a really powerful weapon, and then it's just okay.
Yeah, it's got an amazing melee weapon. I love the design of just you go. It's got this massive machete blade on it.
It's cool for that, but I'm not giving. I can't put it above, like the AR for that or the BR. I mean.
Is this?
Covenant Carbine.
That's S tier for me. I love this gun.
I love this gun.
It's so much worse than the BR though.
It's got so much ammo.
It's cool, and it was fun to use in.
I know it's cool, but it's
fun
worse.
To use in campaign, but in Halo 2 campaign, I just used that, and then I could do okay. If BR is A tier, I want my cool gun to be an S tier.
I'm just saying, 72% of the chat agrees it should be an S tier. I love it because it's got so much ammo in the clip, and this is a headshot shooter. Campaign alone, you get so much out of this gun.
It was
being
awesome.
Like, blap, 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 blap. I've killed 15 enemies. I've still got bullets in my clip. Blap, blap, blap. Klump. And you got the little pod on the top, so the design's really cool. It makes a fun noise when it shoots.
I can think of the sound right now. Man.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, and then it goes plunk, and goes, and and it's great. And it was first in Halo 2, and that was it's a spin on. We've got the battle rifle, but we've also got this weird alien gun. That's cool, and it looks really weird and purple. It's like, great.
DMR top of S tier.
DMR? That must be
top of S tier.
Top of S tier.
I love that gun. It's great.
Best gun.
There's
best gun.
Thunder Psyker decided to humor my ego, and in this Halo Reach video, put a clip of me blowing his head off with it on Emirates.
Nice.
Thank you for that ego boost, Mr. Thunder Psyker. Big fan of that.
I'm gonna have to look that up after the stream now.
It was a really good video on Halo 2, Halo Reach, not Halo 2, Halo, 2. Nice. DMR S tier weapon. If you don't agree, your actual skill issue. That's the end of it.
And it's the only viable weapon to put in SWAT because the whole point is you've got to be accurate. And I will die on this hill. BRs have no place being in a game about accuracy.
Oh gosh!
Fuck you, Rarest Pepe. I don't need more of that. God damn it! I know. All right, they use 7.62 for most of their guns. You don't need to keep bringing it up.
Crimson Glory donated $5 more. Thank you. Immediately sharing all of their Remembrancers videos. I love you. Yeah, I like the DMR and SWAT.
You and your sheet 7.62.
I
get it.
Brayden always wants to strangle me because I like SWAT. Because you might as well just play Call of Duty instead if you're gonna play SWAT. But I'm bad at the game, so I quite enjoy only having to hit one shot every time.
Nah, I don't know. It viscerally annoys me that it's like the first time SWAT was a thing was like, it's all about being accurate, and that's the point. And it's like, we're going to put the burst fire gun. It's like, well, what's the point? It's like it should have been called SWAT for babies. Energy sword. S
tier, surely.
I would give top of A tier.
This guy.
Why?
This guy.
Does not understand. If it was solely off of how cool it was, it'd be the coolest. It's the coolest. It'd be top of S tier. It is on the bigger maps, an energy sword is a hindrance. Like on Blood Gulch, or like Hemorrhage and Reach, or like maps that are very wide and open. you are walking around with a big target on your back that says "blow my head off with a DMR."
But on the less big maps, it's awesome.
Yeah, which is why I think it's an A tier. It's very situational, and in those situations, it's kick ass.
Yeah, I do love it in the campaign though, like especially the Halo 2 boss, where the Arbiter's first boss fight, and he's just like, "I'm invisible." He's there at the end. He's just sort of like, "Smack, smack." There you are.
It's so iconic, dude. It's so perfect. It deserves S tier just for that.
And the scene where again the Arbiter kills the Prophet, and he goes, and he does that really great like noise when he dies.
If it was about how fucking cool it is, I would agree. Top of S tier.
Is this how Andy felt for voting Alexis Pollock's S tier on the Horus Heresy covers? I understand now.
Surely. Don't go there.
Nice. Big win.
Oh, fire grenades. A bit weird.
B.
Sure.
They were there. They were whatever.
Yeah.
Is this a flamethrower?
Just like, oh.
Colin, hey, god fucking damn it.
Flamethrower.
That doesn't feel like it should be a Halo weapon.
Yeah.
Put it in C because it fucks the flood up real good, and other than that, it's slow. It has no range.
Which game was that one even in?
3. Well, it was in CE, but I think only on the PC for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. Huh. Right.
That's weird.
And it's fun to use, and because it's at least in 3, it's a weapon you pick up like a turret, so you can technically hold 3. But it's not great. It's really only useful for burning the flood, which does a very good job at that. Outside of that, it's not great.
What is this thing? I can't.
That's the laser sniper from Reach when they replaced the beam rifle with that laser beam.
Oh,
I also can't hit anything with that, so
I give it low A or high B. It's fun to use, and it requires a bit more skill because it's a concentrated beam, not just a sniper tap.
Oh, that thing! I forgot that existed. Oh,
honestly, I think it was my favorite.
He's your favorite sniper.
God damn it.
Tom Warren with $2 says, "Hey Colin, do you know the UNSC uses 7.62 rounds?"
I did. Thank you. Thank you. I'm aware the UNSC does not use 5.56; they use 7.62. Thank you.
I'm assuming this is a reference to a video you've previously done, and
yes, I fucked up and said they use 5.56 for most of their stuff, and no one has let me stop hearing about it.
All I'm saying is I've made mistakes in my videos, and that will never end. People are so pedantic. It's crazy. Amberly Vale donated $5. The Swagnum better be S for its role in Halo. See, don't worry, we're gonna. Should we just skip ahead to the Swagnum?
Sure, we can put it
S tier.
Colin, what are you about to say?
It's all.
What?
Look. In Halo C, it's easy S tier, right?
Yeah,
I think it's great in Reach too. In 2 and 3, the pistol is dog water. It sucks. And if we're just doing one for all of them, we have to include those 2 games, so it can't be S tier. Because if you have the pistol in 3, it's fucking trash.
I mean, 2 is rubbish. 1 is amazing.
Then I guess it gets
the Sidewinder, and I mean the aggregate is that it's
the sidekick is good too in Infinite. It's A tier because in so many games it's good, but in the games it's not good. It sucks.
Yeah. Even when you dual wield them, it's like, oh,
I bet the MA5E isn't 5.56.
God. Honestly, like the disappointment when I first booted up Halo 2 and I was in that first level, I'm like, oh look, it's the Magnum, and then I was like, I'm gonna take out this Elite, and it's just like pew 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 pew, and I was like, what? What have you done, Bungie? No,
no, it's shit in half the games.
In the first game, it was the best, and then the second one, it was the worst thing in the game. And I was like, "You've wounded me, Bungie. I'm going to send a cease and desist for you to ever do this again, or I will turn up and I will. I don't know. I'll tell you off."
I gotta defend Colin. I am also an Elite preferred species. Yeah, when we play Halo 2 multiplayer, I choose the Elite.
343 needs to bring back Elite. They are different pistols. But we're counting all of them together to keep this from being a 5-year-long tier list.
Yeah. And there's no other ones that I can see, so I think, it's got to be done. Although, what's this? Oh, that's the ODS. Oh, right. We got to mention the ODST pistol then.
The silenced one?
Yeah.
That one specifically. Put it behind. Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Amberly Vale with $2. Thank you. He says, sounds like a skill issue if you ask me, Mr. No Work. Sheesh. These guys are throwing it at you, dude.
Oh,
I've got a fucking Halo tattoo, all right? I am the boss.
So do I.
So does Andy.
Nice. I have Halo Mega Blocks in my room still.
There we go.
Nice.
That's the one I got. My UNSC
Very sexy.
one.
Showing some skin.
I won't show my face, but I will show my
Remembrancer shoulder reveal.
frag
Mine's
grenade.
here, but it has an insulin pump on it, so it's a little scuffed.
I enjoy panic throwing these before I die and never getting anything.
I mean, they're kind of boring, but they're very useful.
Thank you, Crimson Glory, again.
They're not one-hit kills, but they're very good for area denial or flushing someone out.
They are one-hit kills for grunts, which is amazing because they go flying.
That's very fun.
And especially the little noises, and they go wah! Best thing in all of Halo is just throwing a grenade and a bunch of 5 of them. Crimson Glory just donated $2 saying heresy.
Different kind of heresy against the great journey.
I love this gun. It's the gloopy boom gun.
It's the fuel rod gun. It's the rocket launcher, but worse and not fun to use.
It's
fun.
I
like the fuel rod though. Is it the actual fuel rod or something else?
That's the fuel rod gun.
Yeah.
You fire at the ground, and instead of exploding and dealing damage to the enemy, it bounces and then goes somewhere off, rocketing to Venus, and then you die to some deal with a pistol. And then you feel really dumb, and I don't like that gun.
But it shoots big green globules and it goes kaboom, kaboom.
Yeah, if you hit a vehicle with it, it's great. And I can live with it being somewhat high because it's great for vehicles. If it's against people, the rounds have like this arc that a rocket launcher should not have, but it does. I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
It has a lot of ammo and it's strong when you hit.
I get to shoot a lot of big exploding things. So.
I'm gonna keep it nice. Gravity hammer.
S tier. This guy argued to put the sword in A tier, but
because they made because gravity hammer beats sword if you swing at the right time.
Yeah, but you get to lunge with the sword at least.
You can do that with the gravity hammer too, but this has area of effect. In Infinite, nothing is scarier than turning a corner and a man knew you were coming. Starting the downward swing of the hammer. You just have to accept your fate.
Is it Griff Ball? Is that what it's called? The gravity hammer ball game. That was really fun in Halo 4.
And as Warhammer creators, we have to give special to anything with a hammer involved.
Just hammer.
It's great. Thunder hammer.
I am the Warhammer 40k.
I am the Warhammer this grenade launcher from Rage.
I don't remember if I ever really used it.
It's you can get kills with it. It's a little hard, but you can. You can also EMP vehicles, which is fun.
Yeah.
But
it's got a weird gimmick where you hold down the trigger and you let go to blow up the rounds, which is kind of like, that can be fun, but there's not really much of a chance to use it like that. There's no real efficient way to do it. It's like, I'm going to be fighting hordes of infantry. This isn't that useful. Sorry. Like the AI will just run away from it as soon as they see it.
Millions will die tonight for this tier list. They will try.
What is
That's
this?
the incineration cannon, another Forerunner weapon.
That's a cool name.
It's a Forerunner rocket launcher. C tier. That weapon's fun.
Is it? I can't remember it.
It's it shoots like the 5 red blobs, and if enough of them hit the enemy, they just disintegrate.
Okay, I don't remember this gun existed. But then again, I mean, if it's a rocket launcher, I assume it does some good damage, so I'll put it there.
It does.
Oh, the Morley pistol.
I never understood this when I was a kid. I didn't know how to use it.
I like the Morley pistol.
You can dual wield it. Solid.
I'm going to put it here.
Yeah, I can live with that. I've never been a fan of it, but I see why people like it.
Close up. I remember once I did a multiplayer game of 3, and all my teammates dropped out of the game, and it was me versus 5 other players, and I won the match just because I kept getting the maulers and hiding in corners. And then when they were trying to get characters, I was like, bang, smack, bang, smack. But it was like 4-5v1, and I won. And it was like, okay, I get to be a bit of a dick with camping if I'm like outnumbered. Come on. And it was like, I'm going down, but I'm going to take 2 or 3 of you with me each time.
Chat wants the MA5B to be reconsidered.
That would be the assault rifle.
Fine, we'll put it in D tier. No,
you considered it the wrong way.
Oh, tough.
Anyways,
it's
that weapon makes me angry because I pick it up and I feel like I should be really powerful, but it doesn't work.
Is this the laser pointer one? What is it?
It's you grab it and it's in Halo 3 and I think ODST. In campaign, it's a turret weapon, but never in multiplayer. It has 8 shots, 8 rockets, that against players don't lock on, and they go very slow and do not have high splash damage. So using against players isn't great. Using against vehicles is solid, but it is only useful against vehicles. And if they're in a Banshee, you've wasted your ammo because the Banshee will just do like the loop-de-loops around it, and you wasted your weapon.
There's more Colin slander in the chat. Colin try to clean his room, challenge impossible.
Fuck you. Look, my bed isn't made, and that has a bunch of shit on it because it's my painting table. Other than that, my room is clean.
I guess this isn't my room, but still, call office room. Is there an airstrike laser pointer weapon, or am I just crazy? Do I not know what I'm talking about?
There
That's
is.
In Reach, yeah.
That was in Reach. Only Reach, I think?
I think only Reach.
Yeah.
My room is messy. It's not dirty.
Needly Carbine.
S tier.
Which game is this one in?
Reach.
Just
Reach. It's the Covenant Carbine, but better because it's also a needler rifle. It's also a needler, and they explode.
So it explodes.
I want to put it like here because I remember it only vaguely because it's only been in Reach. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool, but it is also a bit like we have needlers at home, but it's also like I guess they made it for Reach, and then they were like, oh, we really don't need it again. It's kind of already doing double duty for 2 weapons we already have that exist, so maybe a bit too close to the sun. But speaking of Needler gun,
I put it A tier.
S.
Every time I shoot, I unload an entire clip and expect it to kill someone, and then it just doesn't, and I don't know what happened, and I'm dead.
The way it works is your Needler sucks and is garbage, but the enemy's Needler has instant homing, instant tracking, and blows you up in 3 shots, but yours, the whole clip is replaced with Nerf rounds and will never work, and then you feel silly. Needler over DMR. Amberly Vale, thank you for your support this stream. However, you are out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I've got to admit, Needler is fun, but it's iconic and it's fun, but it ain't DMR. DMR gang, rise up. Plasma grenades, got to go at the top, surely.
I'd say
iconic.
They have less damage radius than the frag grenade.
It's funny to stick your friends though.
Yeah, that's
I never actually stick them, but you know.
I think bottom S. All right, listen. Plasma is not above the energy sword.
Yeah.
The grenade is not above the sword. Sticking a warthog's tires is funny. Watching it spin at 550 miles an hour. But yeah, no, it is
fair.
It's very fun. There's definitely better options. I feel, although it is a grenade, I guess.
I don't know. It's just
also Suicide Grunt is awesome.
Yes, horrifying.
With their stumpy little legs. Kabloompi gun.
B.
It
shoots plasma grenades, but they're slow and you can just kind of avoid them.
Yeah.
Well, great for vehicles again.
Doesn't have a tracking ability as well.
It does, but again, they're so slow that if you're like up close, you can kind of weave around them, and from far away you just see them coming, so you just pop behind a corner.
Plasma pistol. Sorry.
If you want to kill a player with it, you need to you cannot fire just one because they will avoid it no problem almost every time. You need to use a lot of the weapon's ammo, and that kind of holds it back.
Plasma pistol. This is a weird one because it's like it's a really, really useless weapon unless you're using it to get rid of elite shields, and then it's great.
It's good for shields and like stunning vehicles, except they took that feature out in Infinite for some reason I will never understand.
Yeah.
But I also don't like using it. Using the plasma pistol is unfun. It's good, but I don't enjoy using it.
Yeah, I'm too bad to use it, so
it means you have to sacrifice a weapon slot for something that's good at taking shields down. And while that's amazing for the first couple of Halo games, as more weapons get added to the roster, I feel like it becomes less and less relevant over time. Especially when you get to Infinite, it's like, look at all these many guns, and you're like, oh, I forgot this even existed. Whereas in Halo 1, it's essential to have in your loadout pretty much all through the game, because you're only going to be fighting elites as the main threat. But it is what it is.
The plasma pistol is as good as MA5B and therefore should be A tier. That's what has been said.
No.
Best ammo. I don't care how much ammo it has if it's not fun to use.
And also, it can't do headshots, and it takes 1 billion shots to kill anything. So it's a time killer. Even if you're like just trying to sweep through enemies, you could be getting so many more kills per minute than
it peaked in
shooting
CE, and then it's been only downhill from there.
Yeah. Also, we got the brute shot, the brute, and the Covenant
like
version rifle.
I think they're
hate
above
these
the
guns.
plasma rifle or pistol. I mean,
Yeah,
they're not
great.
above the assault rifle.
No,
I really don't like them. I know the brute one is supposed to be a bit more powerful,
Andy.
but
isn't top of C tier closer to the
it
thing?
is.
But get the plasma pistol at the bottom there.
Put the AR at top of C tier before the chat loses their mind.
I mean, I must admit, I've played all the
Andy.
Halo games since Inception. I hate this gun. It's just...
It's a lot of fun in CE, and even outside of that, I don't like it that much for efficiency, but it's fun using. I like the shoot noise.
I really don't like them. Where do you reckon it should be?
Just bottom of C tier, I think. Both of them.
No, above the plasma pistol. Don't put it below the plasma pistol. Come on, don't do this to me.
I use the plasma pistol more than that than
yeah, but it's the plasma pistol. It's fun.
Well, the Magnum is stuck in A tier, so plasma pistol's getting stuck down at the bottom.
It's just I don't like them because they do barely any damage, no headshots. These are the weapons I only ever pick up if I have nothing else to pick up around me, or I can't be bothered to just punch something to death.
Look, Chad, I agree that the AR should be higher, but you know,
OG plasma rifle is iconic. True,
it's iconic, but it's not a good weapon. I mean, the assault rifle is iconic, but it's not a good weapon. It can't do anything any of these others can do. And that's why the BR became the most the iconic weapon of Halo 2, because they realized, oh, this is rubbish. We need this to be the cover art weapon because this is rubbish. That's why they did it. In fact, they had the dual Uzis ahead of this. You know, that was the whole point. They went, oh, this looks cool, but it's toss.
What is that?
This is the turret, the Covenant turret, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Pretty fun.
B tier, I guess. I don't know.
I want to say
it's something.
Here?
It's like the UNSC turret, but worse in every way. But it's still a mounted turret.
Yeah, it's a mounted turret. It's like these. It's useless at doing damage unless you're quite close, and it's more powerful than a conventional weapon. So it's like, oh, I'll just use this quickly, and then I'll go back to like having mobility. But it's fine. It's fine.
Those are the weird Forerunner grenades.
That must
be
you throw them, and in theory, they do something bad. I think it hurts you if you walk close. But what I would do is I would throw them at an enemy, and then they would go off, and then I would die because instead of shooting them, I threw a shit grenade.
Yeah.
Baby mad mode engaged, bro. Do not fucking get me started.
I did mention the noob combo slightly, Mac. I did. About how
it's useful. It's just not fun to use a plasma pistol. I feel dirty.
Yeah. The railgun.
It looks cool.
I think it's in 4 and 5 too.
I think it's in 4. I remember it from 4. It's pretty cool.
Bottom of A or top of B, I would say. One
I
shot if you hit it.
Bottom of A.
Decent against vehicles. It's no rocket launcher, but it's a good. It's solid.
Speaking of rocket launcher.
Oh, A tier.
S tier.
Sure, S tier. I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's a rocket launcher. I feel like that's the end of the conversation.
And that scene from Halo 2. So, can we possibly make any more noise?
Any more noise?
What was the story with like they kept taking off and then putting back on the tracking ability? Like Halo 2, I think
don't know why they did that. I'm assuming it was just like a balancing thing because I think it comes back, but only for vehicles in some games. Like it's got tracking and reach, but only on vehicles, which might have been the case in 2. I don't remember that well. I've always assumed it was just like a balancing thing. Oh boy.
Epic Cool Awesome Gobble Guy says, I don't even know if I want an Epic Rap Battles tier list after this tragedy I'm witnessing.
This is a trash channel run by trash individuals.
We're making some enemies today, it looks like.
Yeah, apparently. I don't even know what this... Oh, that's the beam thing?
That's the Sentinel beam.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's kind of fun. A tier?
It's fun to use. It's not the best, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a nice amount of damage to it, surprisingly, for multiplayer. It's got a nice range. It's very precise. No headshot potential, but it does a lot of damage if you just keep tracking it.
If you can keep the beam on them, it's fantastic. If they move slightly out of the beam's path, you've probably just lost the fight, but it's fun.
Yeah. very situational in that regard. Shotgun.
Shotgun. S tier.
That must be S
S
tier.
tier. Will be like here, surely. DMR then shotgun.
It's like, I think that's like a Stargate Atlantis meme where it's like, this is a weapon designed to strike fear, and it's the energy sword, and the shotgun is like, this designed to kill. And I would agree. The shotgun beats sword and hammer if you know what you're doing. Not hammer as often, but definitely the sword. Boltru is a very cool metal to get.
I mean, what can you say? It's a shotgun. It's great. It's a shotgun. You pull the trigger, and whatever's in front of you dies. It's great. Essential for the library. What is this? Is
That's
this
the SMG, the first one, I believe.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
it's classic.
If it's up there, the assault rifle surely must also be up there.
Oh, so hold on. Where are we putting this thing? Because I think is this the conventional one, and
give it
this
B.
Yeah,
that's the ODST
this is the ODST one, right? So
I give it
this
B,
is B
because if you're not dual wielding it, it's a little underwhelming. But if you are, it shreds people.
Yeah, I feel like it should be, like, because that's the only thing. On its own, it's a bit shit. If you're dual wielding, it's great, but it's only great if someone is like in shotgun distance. And in that case, why wouldn't you use the shotgun? So I'm like, I never really use this gun because for me, it's only in like Halo 2 that it even shines, and it was all like, hey guys, it's on the box side, it's really cool. And then the ODST one does more damage, and it's a bit more versatile, so I want to put that ahead of it. Even though you can't dual wield it.
I haven't played enough.
What would you say, Colin?
I think it's good there.
Yeah.
I'd put the regular SMG above the ODST one, because I think the ODST one was cool because it's silenced, but you can't dual wield it. At least in ODST you can.
Right.
So yeah, what are they saying? What?
Y'all better watch your firstborns because of this list. Sorry, bro. I'm just here. I don't know what to tell you. Sniper rifle, is that what that is?
Sniper rifle.
S tier, right?
S tier.
Second in S. I have very fond memories of the sniper rifle because a video I had footage of me using the sniper rifle is the first time someone told me to kill myself on YouTube. And I feel very fondly about that comment. I feel very fondly. I can't find the comment anymore, but I gave it a heart, and if I could find it again, I would print it out and like put it on my fucking fridge or something.
They say never meet your heroes, but they should really say never let them rank Halo weapons. Tough stuff, man.
I'm getting that. Spartan laser. It's a great gun.
S
great gun.
Again.
Yeah,
S
I like
tier.
it.
Okay.
I know I can't hit anything with it again.
343 for some reason refuses to put it into infinite. I don't get it. It's an awesome weapon. It's so fun to use.
Has it made an appearance since what was the last game it was in? I remember it was in Reach.
I think it was in 5.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know if it was in 5.
I feel like it was in 3 and Reach, and then it never turned up again.
It was in 4.
Was it in 4? Okay. So Colin is doing research for us.
Colin, you better be careful next Warhammer Fest.
Yeah, it was in 4 and 5.
He's going to hand you a very strongly worded letter. It was in 5. Okay. So, Mac, I can't remember much of 5. It was so bad.
It was so shit.
Like, the thing is, even when I think back at things like Halo 5, I can't even remember what the levels were like. I remember the first bit where you're with the gang and you're just kind of going through the snowy place, and that's the only thing I remember from that game. There was just no iconic set pieces or anything.
I remember the chief folds lock like a lawn chair.
Oh yeah, I can remember the cutscenes, but I can't remember like the actual like areas of the game.
I remember one elevator. There was a level on a space elevator that it's a space elevator in Halo, so it gets blown up.
Stop trying to remember Halo 5. Fair point. Brute grenade. It's like a plasma grenade.
It's not even in my brain. I don't
but bad.
Really remember ever
and it's
using
bad.
It is funny throwing it in a bubble shield when someone's in it because the spikes ricochet around the bubble shield and
I didn't know that. Wow.
It is actually pretty fun to use, but I just don't think I think it's worse than the plasma grenade otherwise in every other way. It's sticky, and it can even stick to walls, so you can do some cool like collaterals with it.
It's an instant kill if you stick someone, isn't it?
Yeah, or if they walk on top of it, but that's any grenade. I think otherwise it has the lowest damage radius out of all the grenades if you aren't on like top of it.
Should I put it below the fire grenade? Because Although it's probably better than
a little above the fire grenade. Fire grenade is also in almost none of the maps in the game it's in, so you almost never see it.
It was like someone just made it in the dev team, and then they were like, "Oh, we have to put this in somewhere now."
Thanks, good man,
Gary.
Epic, who awesome Goblin Guy, real friendship with wanting Halo lore and Lorecrimes channel ended. Endless Space is my new best friend now.
Craver lore?
You asked for it.
I'll get the Endless Space on here someday. Trust me, fellas.
What is this?
I don't know what
thing?
that is.
Chat, do you know what this thing is? We don't know what this is. It's hard to tell.
And the space tier list would be nice.
It must be a heavy weapon of some description, surely.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Let's put it away for now. I can't tell what it is.
D for now.
D for now, because I don't know what that is.
That's the Forerunner assault rifle SMG thing.
This is trash. This is trash.
It's like, it makes cool sound, doesn't it?
It goes pew.
It goes pew,
I
but then
remember
it's really inaccurate.
Pretty solid in 4, and then I feel like
it's a storm rifle, whatever that is.
What the hell is a storm rifle?
I think it was better in 5. Oh god, no, I don't remember what the storm rifle is. Fuck that thing.
I would like to look this up too.
Reach plasma. Is that what it is? Oh, it's the square one. It's this, but square. Oh yeah, this is
that thing.
D tier.
I hate D-tier. That thing is garbage.
I hate this thing, and I forgot it existed.
I liked it when I was a kid.
Using it is not fun. I feel dirty with the plasma pistol. I feel unhappy when I hold it.
I don't even know why it exists. They were just like, we have this. Okay. Why don't we make it worse and angular? Like, why? I don't know why this... We have a quota of guns to make in a new game. I guess we'll just do this again.
But worse.
Yeah. Sucks.
Tom Warren with $2 with a hot take. Endless Legend is better than Endless Space. I don't know, bro. I do like Endless Legends.
I don't know what that is.
There's no one fallen in Endless Legend.
Yeah, there's no cravers. Necrophage, I guess, but whatever.
Turret
S tier,
right?
A if not S.
Surely S tier.
It's up there. Nah, I agree. S tier.
S tier.
It's especially Infinite is the best the turret has ever been. It is an actual proper like deadly mounted turret. Especially in Infection, oh my god, you find a turret and then you're good until you're the last Spartan alive. And you're the last Spartan alive because you got to the turret first. But otherwise, even in the games, it's not that great. Like, I thought it was not perfect in 3. But your brain still goes, that guy is holding a minigun. I'm fucked, even if you're not. Like, it psychs you out because it's a turret.
Chad, I'm sorry that this tier list made you sad. Forgive us.
For the last tier list, I wanted to ask: there's that power armor one, or there's just a Star Wars soldiers tier list?
Okay. Well, I've got the sci-fi armor one listed. Shall we put it to the chat? So if I make a quick poll, so we've got. We'll just put choose. So we got. What was it? What were the two ones you got? Sorry. So it was sci-fi armor tier list.
Yeah, it's like just kind of not everyone. I mean, there's a lot of fucking sci-fi armor. Just kind of like the highlights I found, like the ones I was like, yeah, that's definitely iconic. There's that, and then right under it was the Star Wars soldier. They're both right next to each other when I linked them in general.
Okay. Well, we'll give the chat a couple of minutes just to do that. By the way, I know some people were like, Andy, we didn't see your tattoo because it was too small. But there we go.
Yeah, there it is.
That's the UNSC one that I've got. Along with my one from the Yakuza series, Gears of War, and what's the other one? Oh, and Metal Gear Solid. I've got a whole batch.
I want to play Yakuza. It looks fun.
It's so good. I got the dragons.
Boromir of the White Tower.
Boromir.
Nice metal model. I secured third place in the Lord of the Rings tournament, and I brought home Mr. Boromir. Ooh. Can't see him very well, but he's there.
That's pretty cool, though.
Me like you.
Ooh, we got 17 votes on sci-fi armor. That's
Crimson Glory.
I think
it's looking like.
Even after what we've done, Crimson Glory still donated $5. Thank you. The tier list of pure heresy, aside from Carbine being A tier.
Sure, I'm sure Crimson Glory also said, "I regret ever giving you a super chat." Sorry.
Tough times.
I think yeah, that's 80%. I think that's pretty definitive sci-fi armor.
Base Yakuza moment. Yeah. We've never been more back.
If anyone's curious, I've got the. I could probably show a little bit of the the dragon bits that I've got as well.
Oh,
So I've actually got the whole dragons going.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
It goes all the way down my back because I had spare money during lockdown, and that was good. Let's see. So screen share, and we've got the sci-fi armor.
I got a Vegeta tattoo. That's most of my forearm.
Nice.
So there we go.
You know, it's a lot of Star Wars. I'll admit, still
There's a lot of Star Wars.
I think I also messed up because a battle droid is not an armor, but I put a super battle droid there. So that's my bad.
So where I guess are we just going to go left to right like usual?
Yeah, might as well.
So we got our bread and butter. So we got to be nice to them. We got Warhammer Man.
I mean, I think Terminator armor is B tier.
Really? You not like his helmet?
Compare it to like the iconic standard Space Marine armor. It's
not.
not.
Yes. Yeah, there's a piece of the Emperor's armor in it, bro.
Yeah,
surely.
I don't care. I'm caring about how it looks. It is not above standard Space Marine armor. That is so much more iconic. Like, I guess put it wherever. I guess I'll concede on this one, but whatever you put it in, it needs to be below standard Space Marine armor. That is so much cooler.
Yeah.
All right, should we just what we got in here then? So if we have S tier because they are iconic, they got the pauldrons, they've got the whole look.
I mean, you're not like what I have to say. I don't think Space Marine armor should be an S tier. You're gonna tell me that a Space Marine is as iconic as a clone trooper or a stormtrooper.
Yeah, he is for me.
Yeah, not at all.
Hang on, that's the whole thing. They're the poster boys of Warhammer, the guys that literally pay our bills.
Yeah, all right. Imagine showing any person on the street. You grab a random dude. You got a clone trooper and a Space Marine. Which of those two are the people going to be able to name quicker? Like, oh, that's a clone trooper.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
They might not be able to say
in armor.
But they'll probably be like, oh, I've seen that before. That's that thing. And that kind of like is an IP thing. But I think they'd also be like, oh, that's pretty sick. I mean,
yeah, but then they'll go, oh yeah, that's Star Wars. Easy. I don't need to think about that.
Tom Warren,
that's an IP.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, buddy.
Would you like to?
Is not.
Would you like to read Tom Warren's donation column?
I would, because I saw the number he put in it. Thank you, Tom Warren, for the $2. Don't worry, Colin. It's a simple mistake. 762. You put 2 L's in my name. You made a mistake. 1 L. Thank you.
Get wrecked. All right then. Is this Mando?
Is that all?
That's just kind of general Mandalorian armor.
They're pretty iconic. Cool. I gotta say they're probably more iconic than Space Marine.
Put them in A.
What?
Put them in A. Hang on.
Yeah, A tier for sure.
Mandalorians are like more popular than Stormtroopers to an extent.
Yeah, but they're not more popular than like clones.
Clone Trooper
or one of the 500 different variations.
They're kind of like the same. But again, they're derivatives of Mandalorians. So that's kind of the point.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the armor.
Yeah. I think Clone Troopers have
pretty
cooler
baller,
and
Mando's pretty baller.
And Mando are awesome. I'm just like
Django's pretty baller. Mandalore the Invincible.
The extra L represents the 7.62 round incident.
God damn it!
Also, like how everyone has got put Colin. Stop bullying Colin in the chat, guys. Stop it. Yeah. But you guys reckon A tier?
I think A tier, personally. I think it's really cool, but I don't think it's Space Marine tier.
I put it below Terminator, honestly.
Wow.
I don't know if I go that
far,
but as you wish.
That's just that's like the Rebel outfit, especially in
like
Endor.
C tier,
I think that's
personally.
Just a guy.
I never thought the Rebels looked that cool.
If you took the rifle out of his hands, you wouldn't know it was Star Wars. Just like,
all right, though. I have to say though, can we skip over ahead a lot of these? Go to the right next to the First Order Stormtrooper, like third from the right.
Third from the right.
The Hoth Endor armor. Oh my god, cool. Peak.
So cool. That's S tier. All they did was change the color, and now it's S tier.
Yeah, but now it's awesome. It's cool.
Truly though. Warframe is the strongest sci-fi warriors. Do not say that.
I think we need to add an S at like a double S tier, because I think S tier is going to be very populated otherwise.
All right, how about we do this? We move everything down a space.
I don't like it.
We can redo it. We can redo it at the end.
All right.
What's this?
That's Fallout. It's kind of hard to tell. That's like the Fallout power armor. I'd put that in
iconic.
I mean, it's what they sell the box art on.
But I would like.
It's pretty cool, pretty fun. We like, although key question: which is cooler, Enclave or Brotherhood of Steel armor?
I mean, I gotta go with the Brotherhood of Steel. I just think that's cooler. Enclave armor is also, they're all very cool.
I'm gonna look
I
it up
just
right
some
now.
of the Enclave armor gets a bit funky, like with the big orange eyes, which is a personal thing I do not like as much as the Brotherhood of Steel armor, but it's still awesome.
I know. I like the Enclave helmets more than I like the Brotherhood's helmets, but I like the armor less than the Brotherhood. So if you swap them over, I'd be like, that's perfect. But
I have played a little bit of Fallout DJBC. I just haven't really played through it. I need to though. I know
it's good. I've only played the newer ones. So I played 3, New Vegas, and 4. And I tried 76 when it was on Game Pass. And I went, this is dreadful, and I stopped playing. These guys are great. I like these guys.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think they look so
that's
goofy.
That's gotta be at least C. It cannot be D tier.
I love their helmets.
I've never been a Rebels guy. I don't know why.
All right. Well.
I mean, I love them. I love the poor captain who gets like clunked against the wall and his helmet hits the wall. It goes bonk. It's like, yeah, they're great. And it's a simple design, but iconic in its own way, just mainly because of the helmet. Yeah, I love it. Oh, Commandos.
S tier. Clone Commandos. S tier.
How much of that is because you really enjoy the game?
Yes.
They're just so cool, though. They're just cool.
They're so cool.
Who's got the coolest armor?
Cool, I accidentally put them on twice.
Oh, where's the second one?
they're right next to the Scout Trooper.
Oh, well, Scout Trooper is S tier, by the way.
I can't see.
That one.
The group of guys to the left.
Oh yeah, it's unpainted.
that pick goes hard.
That's how cool they are.
You can go there. Yeah.
Who's got the best armor of the squad though?
Sev.
Yeah, with the red. Everyone loves it.
George Lucas was the one who suggested putting that on, which is funny.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Like George Lucas has some good ideas. He just needs a filter.
I know what Red Letter Media said. They're like, he's a great world building guy. He's just not a great narrative guy. Like, he can make a cool world. He can do the little details, but he struggles when it's like, I've got to make a story.
When he has uncontested control of the plot, we get space politics for 3 hours.
Because even the original trilogy were like mainly other assistant directors. I can't remember his name, but there was like the assistant director was the guy who like basically made it so good, and there were obviously different writers involved.
I need to say something. The prequels are not good. Like with the sequels having come out, people fight over like, no, the prequels were actually good the whole time. They're not good.
They're good now.
Revenge of the Sith is okay. The others are
bad.
Revenge
of the Sith. The other ones are only cool to see the cool things. For Darth Maul in the first one, and then Battle of Geonosis. And then you just ignore the other parts. Yeah, you just ignore. You just pretend the other parts don't exist.
Then you have the rest of the movie. Then you have the rest of the movies, and they're shit.
Yeah.
Dooku hired a guy who hired a guy who hired a bug to go kill Padme.
Yeah.
My dog wants to come in. My dog hears me ranting.
Dog camp. Camp.
Pup. We need to see the pup.
Yeah, buddy. That's a different color.
Everyone. I can't see the pup from this camera. Oh, no.
She ran off camera.
Oh, no. Oh, well. There was a pup. You'll have to believe us.
Athena is here. She's sniffing the blanket.
Nice.
The
classics?
The clone troopers from the animated series. They're pretty cool. A tier?
That's also just kind of general, like the first clone armor.
Yeah. If Space Marines are A tier, I give these guys A tier too.
Yeah, I think the thing I did was I put a lot of repeats because I was making this and the Star Wars troopers only at the same time. So because clones and ARC troopers are different soldiers in the Republic, but they're still both clones, but they wear the same armor, a little bit of overlap because of that.
I mean, I want to say that these are kind of similar as well. Cause
that's what I was doing because one, the intention behind that was both like those. That's the Mark II clone armor. Except the problem was when I was making the other one, I had Coruscant Guard, and that's just general clone troopers in my head. So I put both of them on, not realizing that was the wrong tier list I did that on. So that's just like B.
Okay, calm down.
I'm only joking.
I say B. As much as I love them, I have to admit they're not as iconic as like Space Marines or something. I think for determining what an Eldar is going to do, they're much better than Space Marines, since they all have color-coded specific armor. But Space Marines they're the face of Games Workshop for a reason.
Yep. Also, Eldar have still the old models, so it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Got a question in the chat, by the way. Is clone armor even powered, or is it just like plating?
No, it's just armor.
Yeah.
I think the Republic Commando armor is technically power armor, maybe.
Well, I mean, at least with the Commandos, you can see the visors light up and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they have a bit more stuff. But then when you look at like the original Stormtroopers, you're like, he's just wearing porcelain. What is that? That's rubbish.
I Colin saw Kaminat's video. I don't actually know who Kaminat is. So he's got good opinions, I guess.
Are these Phase 1 clones? That's what they're called, right?
Are these the first style?
I really like them.
That's
it makes Episode 2 a watchable movie. I give
the last
15
personally.
Minutes. Yeah, baby. It's worth it. It's for good payoff. It's worth it. I put them A tier personally.
Yeah. I agree.
What about these guys?
That's the Mark II clone armor.
Also A tier.
Where they got the different helmet, but otherwise it's really the same thing.
All I'm going to say is, even looking at these three, I cannot tell the difference between these armors.
Look at the helmets are different. Yeah,
the helmets are more.
I can't see the helmets on these ones.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
And these are really small.
Crimson Glory with $5.
It feels like
thank you as always.
It'd be a variant.
A Red Letter Media Star Wars Episode 1 is the disappointment since my son. Sheesh. That's ouchie.
I love their reviews on Star Wars, and I remember me and my friends went to Jersey to watch the new films when they're coming out, and they were annoyed with my incessant reference to those episodes. Me doing the voice like, Star Wars Episode 1 is the worst thing since my son. Yeah, I love those videos. I love those guys. They're so good. I'm just thinking, should we get some of the other Star Wars stuff done so we don't go too much on a tangent?
Sure.
Is that all the clones we've done? Is that all?
I think that's all the clones, yeah.
All right, so we got Stormtroopers. So we got the original Stormtroopers.
Original Stormtroopers are like B tier, I think.
They're iconic.
Maybe. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Clones are cooler than them, but they still
way cooler,
you see it and you go like, that's a Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Easy. The first one, like at the left, is also Star Wars. That one is also Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars here.
Which one is that?
That's a Death Trooper. That's one from Rogue
One.
I thought it was
the edgy
cool
ones.
Yeah.
The edgy ones are just like, I talking like a. They have like the intercoms just like.
Yeah.
And they just talk in menacing clicks. I guess we'll put them there.
Yeah. I think if I called it power armor, the tier list, bit of a misnomer. A lot of these are not power armor, but they're still
Star
cool
Wars
armor.
Trooper tier list with guests. Maybe.
A little bit. Scout Trooper.
I love
them. They're so cool.
They're so cool.
They are iconic. They just went, let's take this and make it less goofy and more practical.
I don't even have a clone trooper army, but I bought a scout trooper pack because it was the only thing around that I could get with prize money from the second last MESBG thing.
Snow Troopers?
Hoth Troopers, A tier or S tier, one of the two. Everything Hoth is just cool.
Yeah,
with the other Hoth boys.
Yeah, put them next to the other. Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, there's something about the helmet design that's kind of like goofy but also endearing at the same time. It's like, look at my big face piece. Like, why is it so long? I don't know, but it's fun to look at. I don't know. He looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
He's warm.
Yeah.
He's cozy.
First Order Stormtrooper, D tier. It's garbage.
So freaking
They took what worked about the Stormtrooper helmets and then ruined it. They suck.
Oh my gosh.
He's got that Wario moustache thing going on there. I don't like it. And if you like squint, it looks like Wario's moustache with some sunglasses.
It really does.
Sith Troopers, they're pretty cool.
Those
Sounds
were so
neat.
cool.
I didn't play that game though.
I want to put them above clones, to be honest.
I don't know if
I just love the way they look. They're shiny.
Maybe like the basic clones. Yeah, I can agree. They look really cool.
The shiny metal armor.
And then I accidentally put in droids and droidicas, who we can put in I fucked up tier.
Hold on.
Oh, these do look pretty neat.
Add row below, and we'll call it.
Oops.
I hate this thing. Oopsie. There we go. And we'll make it grey. So droidica are fun, but they go in oopsie tier. And...
because I put him in the wrong tier list. Super battle droids, right? Terrifying in Republic Commando, though. Holy shit!
Yeah, they went from goofy goobers to playing the game when it first came out, and I'm like, I fear for my life. And I like how in Mandalorian they kind of captured that a little bit, where it was the flashback scene where is it Din Djarin? He's like running away from them as a kid, and it opens the manhole, and it's just this menacing piece of metal covered in blood. And you're like, oh yeah, they're supposed to be like actually war crime levels of mechanical robots.
You guys aren't gonna believe it. I haven't seen The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I only saw a couple episodes too, and then I
watched
watching.
I watched the first episode and went, "Damn, that's really good. I should watch more."
If you get around to it, there's just a cool flashback, and they're in it, and it captures that clone Republic Commandos vibe, where they're just like they're killing a town full of people, and it's like, oh yeah. They're not goofy robots like in the prequels where they go, hello there, I'm a robot. It's like, no, they kill people. Oh, yeah. Also, there's some weird stuff. Like, was it the second series of Mandalorian? It has the... what were they called? Oh, it has HK-47 robots in it.
Oh, dude, I love HK.
Yeah, but it's obviously like a derivative, but some of those are in it. And you're like, I like that. I like that they're taking stuff from the expanded universe and recasting it.
A Star Wars D&D character based on HK.
Oh, very cool.
Meat bags.
We nicknamed him Hostage Blender.
Glorious.
Oddster.
ODSTs. Right? A tier. Come on now.
We're in the A tier.
Pretty high.
Above clones?
Yeah.
Above clones. Maybe. I put him above the Sith Troopers, honestly.
Okay. But not above Fallout.
I'd put him above Fallout personally, but that's because I'm not a big Fallout guy.
That's fair.
So it's my own fault.
Isaac, his suit.
My boy.
Space
just
guy.
love him.
Cool as hell.
Tier, it is cool. It isn't like
I love him.
Insane, but
I'm tempted to put him in S.
I don't know.
I don't think it's
kind of just a helmet and like a backpack.
I mean, yeah, but like that helmet, it's like you could show someone that and they'd instantly go, "Oh, that's Dead Space."
That's true.
It is admittedly mostly the helmet, but that helmet goes so hard.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame that the Dead Space 2 variant isn't on the list because that's also like a cool design where it's a bit more futuristic. Yeah. This is all like I'm like a plumber and I'm here to like get rid of all the like necrotic flesh from your pipes.
To be fair,
that's what it's supposed to be.
Military.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but that's the point. But then 2 comes around, and it's like, oh, I need like a military grade suit that like properly does it. And like number 3, you start off playing as a soldier who dies in the first few minutes, and you get like a soldier variant. And even in Dead Space 1, you get invaded by a bunch of like military guys, and they're wearing the soldier versions. Like, oh, that's cool. There's like variants, but I don't know. I want to put him above. I can't, can I? I have to put him here, surely, if I'm being fair.
It's up to you, buddy.
Because as much as I love it more than the Fallout Man, I think he's more...
Crisis nanosuit armor, you're right. Yeah. That's a good one. I've always
wanted
to play Crisis, and I've never gotten to it.
I didn't forget it. Right. I was going to put it on, but I've never played Crisis, and I didn't feel at all passionate about it. I still should have put it on, because I heard a lot of people say it's cool. It does look really cool. It's just, Where would we honorably put the Crisis?
I put him in A tier.
Put it on here.
It's got to be an A.
He was in a lot of Crisis. He's in a lot of gamer montages back in the day.
Yeah, I know Crisis 1 used to be like the benchmark testing for if you had a good gaming PC or not.
Yeah, do you want to melt your PC? This is how you find out if it's good enough.
Run Crisis and we'll figure it out.
But I played it way later on the Xbox One when it was like cross-compatible with older games. And I haven't played 2 and 3, but I did play the first one. And it was enjoyable, and I like how the suit has all these things, like it can make you jump and land from super heights, it can make you go invisible, it can do all sorts of like sprinty stuff and strength stuff, like you can rip turrets off their mounts. It's just a really good suit.
Sounds cool.
Story's a bit meh, but again, it's a game about punching people in a nano suit. It's like, yeah, it's not going to have like a crazy good story. It's Master Chef.
S tier, baby.
It's got to be an S.
That's Spartan armor. S tier.
Are we going to put him above Clone?
I would.
Yeah, probably. Yes. I think Space Marine should be at the bottom of S tier.
I'm willing to do that.
Honestly, probably above Scout Trooper, if I'm being honest. I just think Scout Trooper's cool.
Scout Trooper's cool, but he's doing his best, but he's got to be careful.
He got ganked by
Starcraft
Ewoks,
guy.
so he loses some credit.
Yeah.
They beat him over the head with sticks. It's like that armor's not doing you any favors.
No.
The guy
Starcraft,
from
it is just less
Starcraft
cool
Terran
power
Marine.
armor from Space Marine or Space Marine armor.
All right,
I wanna
I have
put
something
that.
to say about that. Starcraft did not rip off Warhammer. They
I
both
know,
ripped off
it's
Starship Troopers. I know a lot of people say that, but anyone in the chat, Blizzard was going to make a Warhammer fantasy game with GW, but GW wasn't that interested in computer gaming because this was in like the 90s, and at the time, computer gaming was nothing like what it was. Like consoles were pretty far outpacing it, and if I remember correctly, like RTS was still pretty like in its infancy as a genre.
Original Dota, baby.
But so with that, they just kind of both parted ways, and they both collectively ripped off the same things for the space, for the Terran space armor. So they did. GW did not. No one ripped each other off. They ripped off different IPs for StarCraft.
I really don't like the design, though. I got to be honest. It's too round.
It kind of just looks like a toy.
Yeah, it is very bubbly. Although I think in universe that's because it's more of an environmental protection suit than armor.
Yeah.
Because like the Terran Marines are as much like a first line of defense / police force as they are a military. Like they're like the bottom of the barrel of society, given weapons and told to guard.
Oh well.
Who is this?
Although we did have a comment. Where was it? From Glass Laughter. Colin not putting the NCR Ranger armor L tier list.
Yeah, I did forget to do that. Do we want to do it? I as another honorable one, I would put that in S tier.
Yeah, I love that design.
So cool.
Yeah. Especially that scene from the opening where he's got the sniper rifle on the Vegas Strip and he's just like,
oh yeah,
so good. Titanfall, man.
Oh, Titanfall.
Pilot.
I'd put him a solid B. I'd put him behind the Mandalorians.
Yeah, it's just kind of like fatigues and a helmet.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It does its job. Obviously, the Titans are what grabs the attention, but the pilot armor is pretty cool.
I wish I had the pilot helmet you could get with a limited edition Titanfall 2. I need to one day see if I can find that somewhere. It probably costs like £5,000. But I'm like, I want that.
Or OG Terminator.
Chunky Boy.
People say this looks unironically cool, and I completely disagree.
Yeah,
but I love it because of how stupid it looks.
Yeah.
Like, was that Angels of Death? It was some animation. I don't remember if it was official or not.
Oh no, Death of Hope. It was
Death of Hope, where that chunky guy's walking, and I'm like,
and the camera shakes.
Yeah, I'm like, listen. This is the goofiest thing, and I love it. I think we're looking at this. I think you're looking at it from the opposite angle, and I think it's the wrong angle. Like, I don't think that thing is actually cool and imposing. I think it looks goofy.
Yeah, I think.
But I love it for that reason.
Have you seen the artwork some people have made recently, where like they've made it so the shoulders kind of drop down as like a riot shield, so they can shoot while being in cover? And I was like, that's an interesting way to.
That actually is pretty cool.
I've seen one recently where I was like, oh, that's like a fun spin on it. But I was also like, in the image, it's like the size of his torso, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
I mean,
it's a bit goofy at the same time.
Give it like C tier.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair enough.
Every other space universe just looks so much better.
Yeah.
And last is just the guard.
They're just, it's just army uniform. B tier, I guess.
Starship Troopers.
Scion armor is S tier,
obvious.
But regular armor.
I wanted to put in a lot of the guard stuff, but the more I was thinking about it, like Krieg is just World War I. The outfit, Katakan is just
Jack.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Maccabi and Janissaries.
That's true.
S tier.
And like the firstborn and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Vostroyans got tripped, dude.
Vostroyans go hard. I will admit there's a lot I could have added to this. I was making it at the same time as the Star Wars Trooper one, which is again why the Droideka and Super Battle Droid down.
Geek Freak again with $2. Thank you. Dread and RoboCop armor. Those do exist.
Is RoboCop really cool. Armor? That's kind of just his body,
right?
Like
it's both.
Dreadnoughts are S tier though. I don't know if I count it or not.
But... Even if RoboCop's armor isn't armor with his limbs, it's definitely armoring his like remaining organs and face. So
like his eyes and his heart.
Have you seen that? I mean, I've not watched the RoboCop remake because it's probably terrible. But there's a scene I've seen where it's like he's on the slab and he's like, I need to see what's left of me, and it slowly peels away all his limbs until he's just like some lungs and some organs in his face. That's such a cool scene. But yeah, as far as iconicness, I think the Judge Dredd armor is cool, but it is also a case of like, if you take away the helmet and the like eagle pauldron, it's just like not quite fatigues, but it's just like, oh, it's just riot gear. It's embellished, but it's at the end of the day still just, oh, I'm wearing this. Spit there.
I will say, I will take credit. There's a lot of things I probably should have added to the tier list, but
that's okay.
I kind of wanted to avoid bloat and it being three years long. Like Arbides armor is awesome, but how many people actually give a shit about the Arbides? They're cool.
I did a video on them recently, and it seemed to do fine. But again, I think that's just a case of. I think the case is though that it was just one of those things where people are like, "Oh, these guys. No one talks about these guys," and so it did quite well. And that's their thing, where it's like, "Oh, they're kind of obscure, but not really because they've been around forever." But there's just no new books or lore or anything to talk about. They just exist, which is a bit of a shame. But otherwise, I guess that's all of our tier lists done. That was fun, even though we've angered at least 70% of our audience.
It's definitely the most angry tier list for the chat.
It is not my fault that chat has horrible opinions about the Halo weapons. All right, listen.
Tough times. Thank you for still watching our videos, chat.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for putting up with our apparently terrible takes.
Hulkbuster versus Dreadnought. I mean, I don't know. Iron Man's pretty cool armor. Hulkbuster's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
He looks like a big egg.
I mean, it can fly, so it'd probably beat the Dreadnought for that reason alone. Flying pile driver on top of it.
Yeah. But otherwise, I suppose that's it for us today. Would we like to round off this live stream with any more closing thoughts or anything? I hope this will stop people from let Colin talk about Halo lore for at least a few weeks.
And make Endless Space Lore the new thing, please.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Well, if there's nothing else,
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thanks everyone for joining us today. We will be returning next week with the Iceberg Effect, I believe, where we will be talking about Beetle Daddy himself, Belisarius Call, which should be a bit of fun. Hopefully, I'll be a bit less ill, so that'd be good. And Hal should be back from his trip to, was it Switzerland he was in?
It looks like it. I'm skiing, I assume.
Oh, skiing. Ugh. Imagine going out and exploring the world and having fun outside of the internet.
We're getting FNAF lore comments. We better end the stream soon.
Yeah,
I went skiing gotta go. Once I ate shit.
Oh, I almost killed a little kid the last time I went skiing. It was pretty bad.
Wasn't related to the skiing at all. You just
I ran into him going Mach 10 down a hill, and his helmet was off and it was bleeding, and his mom yelled at me. It was really bad. This was like this was like 5 years ago. Yeah. 5 years ago, and I haven't gone skiing since.
Oh no. Well, imagine going outside. Yes, exactly, DJ Biss. But yes, thank you all for joining us today, and have a lovely rest of your week, and we'll see you all next week.
Take care, everyone.
I love you long time.
Mwah.